Hello, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. You are just in time. We are just about to get started. Welcome, everyone, to Tomb of Horrors, or at least a sort of Tomb of Horrors. It's a one shot, so we have to modify it a little bit.
Reasonably
But
hand-drawn facsimile.
there will be deaths. Don't worry, Bleak. There will be deaths. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, guys. First, we're going to get started by introducing our players. We'll start with Creep.
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. I'm Darling Creepshow. I'm just your resident creep on Twitch. I play TTRPGs all across the interwebs, and I paint TTRPG minis on my channel over at Darling Creepshow. You can find me everywhere as Darling Creepshow, and tonight I'm going to be playing the High Elf Necromancer Wizard, Durathil, and I look forward to seeing how that plays out. Thanks, Myriad.
Hee. Bleak, you're up.
I'm up. Hey, what's up? My name is Bleak Season. You can find me at the Bleak Season on Twitter and everywhere. Folk and Myth operators. I'm one of the founders and producers over at Folk and Myth. We do fun games several times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually over at Twitch. On our Twitch, Folk and Myth. And tonight I will be playing Oban Crimshaw, the Dwarven Eldritch Knight, who's probably going to die a lot because, thus the world goes.
Miko.
Oh, hi there. I am Miko, otherwise known as the OKSGM. I am also a co-founder over at Folk and Myth, where you can find me most of the time when I'm not doing something silly on someone else's channel. And yeah, tonight I will be playing the half-elf cleric Edivir, who's just a sweet little boy that just wants to make sure everybody gets through just fine and dandy.
And Little Bones.
Hi everybody, it's me. I'm LittleBones309. I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch, and I do in fact have the smallest bones on the internet. You cannot prove me otherwise. You can usually find me hanging out and slinging dice with all my pals if I'm not over on my channel. And I will be playing Drexsilver, your favorite new rogue, who is very good boy. Does no wrong whatsoever, nothing nefarious behind these eyes, and only steals from hot people he finds attractive. So that's very important.
Durathil, please watch your coin purse.
Among other things, I feel.
your coin purse and your coin purse. And hi guys, I'm Myriad. You can find me here on twitch.tv/myriad_x. We do a whole lot over on my channel, TTRPGs, art, variety gaming, and then I am everywhere else, just playing TTRPGs with my friends. I just want to give a thank you to GaryCon Live for inviting us over to put on this show for you. And also a huge thank you to Darling Creepshow herself for producing tonight. Claps all around. And if you're ready to get started.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll just leave.
Hey, another raid.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the raid, Band of Badgers. Welcome on in, guys. We're just getting started.
It's a lot of badgers. How many badgers are in a band?
At least 3.
I mean, at this point, at least 8.
Well,
so.
Just shout random numbers.
7.
Well, the number of people in the raid was 8. So.
All right. In the far reaches of the world, where travelers dare not venture, under a lonely hill that seeps with the grim dark of what lies below, is a labyrinthian crypt. Terrible traps and ferocious monsters fill the maze, ready to slay the unwary. Riches, both precious and magical, await those who dare enter, but be warned of the being called a Sararak, a demi-lich who is said to ward his final haunt. There have been numerous accounts and legends of the tomb, of the countless lives lost to the horrors plaguing those halls, and yet we find ourselves with you, dear adventurers, as you have arrived at the site of the demi-lich's last haunt. Please, tell us who you are and why you came to this place, and we will start with Durathil.
Yeah, I am Durathil Euroflos, and I am a high elf necromancer wizard. Uh, Tall for a high elf, very pale, with bright amber eyes and long silver hair. You will find him mostly dressed in very rich, luxurious robes of dark colors. And he's came to this specific tomb under the guise of destroying the great lich that he knows to exist here. But maybe he has something else in store.
And we'll go to Edivir next.
Oh, hi. So, Edivir is a fairly tall half-elven man, about 6'1", 6'2". He's attractive enough, at least according to his mother anyway. He has fairly long, kind of silvery hair mixed with a bit of black. He has a bit of scruff on his chin. Uh, there's a little bit of an awkwardness to him, though, in that his face looks a little bit puffy, we'll say, like abnormally puffy, like as if someone might have been allergic to something and then got exposed to that something kind of puffy. But it doesn't seem to slow him down any. He is a man of faith that wears fairly nice plate mail armor that might be a little bit tarnished, we'll call it a bit. But he carries his faith with him everywhere, not the least of which is in this circumstance where he is here to protect his cousin Durathil.
Oban.
Oban Crimshaw is a dwarf with a nice handlebar mustache that flow into some nice mutton chops and a bit of an undercut to his hair with a bristly brush on top. He is wearing adamantine armor, plate armor. He wears mostly red and silver are his main colors. He's got a beautiful big round shield with the head of a ram engraved in it. And while he's got a few other weapons, his main weapon is kind of strange because it appears to be only a hilt that is attached to his belt. He is here ostensibly for fame and fortune. However, there is a little glint in the corner of his eye every time he looks at Durathil that says that perhaps there is a little bit more to Oban's desires in his tomb beyond mere gold and fame.
Finally, Drex.
Drex is what most would describe as annoyingly beautiful. He is an average heighted high elf with dark hair that is short to his shoulders, pulled back. Woad marks his face with no discernible reason or pattern. It just looks really cool on him. He's sort of a slinky. He's very cat-like, lithe in his frame and adorned with various daggers, a short sword, and a short bow. He looks like he is always ready for a new job. Upon looking at Drex, you might get an inkling very quickly that this man is a thief and perhaps not one to be trusted, but there is a gleam in his eye that sort of beckons you forward.
We join our party. Before you is a low, flat-topped hill, about 200 yards wide, 300 yards long, and 60 feet high. Only ugly weeds, thorns, and briars grow upon the steep sides and bald top of the mound. This is where you know the tomb to be. And you found yourself on the northern side of it, searching for the entrance. Do any of you have a 10-foot long weapon?
A weapon.
Mm-hmm. or instrument of some kind.
10 foot, eh? I don't believe I do.
No?
I mean, is it too late for me to grab a 10-foot long spear?
I will say that as you are looking around, you do come across a rather rusted spear lying in the underbrush on the
would you
northern
look
side.
at that? Just when we needed it.
Mhm.
The gods are in our favor today. Is that you're doing there, boyo?
It just might be. I prayed real hard this morning just to make sure we got through today nice. So,
Is that what you were doing?
well, yeah.
I heard all the
course.
mumbling and grumbling and the sighing, and I thought perhaps you were up to something else. But if you were praying, then good on you.
You didn't hear the chants of praise?
I did, but usually when I make those, there's something else going on. But good on you if y'all were praying, because obviously it's worked. There, we got our spear right here.
You needed a spear?
Well, we need something about 10 foot long. I don't know why, but there's a little voice from the sky that told me I needed something that was about 10 foot long, and well, there it is.
Well, I'm
Can
glad
we
to provide.
just move it along, please?
Oh, sure, cuz.
Stop calling me that.
Cousin. How?
He's not my cousin.
I think he's your
Well,
cousin.
I do not
you
know
see,
this
my-
man.
There's kind of a
You-
family
you-
resemblance. You gotta.
I see it.
I mean, my father and your aunt and going back to. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That
shut up
sounds
now.
very complicated for you to explain. Are you sure we're related?
Oh,
No.
it's okay, Durthil. I understand. I understand the family situation, and I don't want to press any buttons. I'm just here to make sure you get through everything all right, just like you got me through that dinner the other night. I appreciate it, and so this is me paying it back.
Right.
He's your minder, then. Is that what he is?
How dare you, sir?
I'm just
Durthil
saying.
needs no mind.
I try not to pay him any mind, but here we are.
I have plenty of mind for all of us. Let's
I bet
move
you do
along.
got some of that brain.
I'm gonna go and pick up that spear.
Oben, you pick up the spear, and you all are looking. Rocks fall, everyone dies. You're looking, and you see on the north side of the hill a crumbling cliff of sand and gravel that's about 20 feet high, with a low stone ledge overhanging the eroded area. Shrubs and bushes obscure it from observation. You think that you might have to do some poking around. This might take about 10, 20 minutes in order to maybe find the entrance. And what I need from you is to tell me where exactly you're going to start your investigation. To the east, middle, or west?
Well, Durthil, you're the boss. Where y'all wants to go?
Shall we start at the west side then and work our way towards the east?
Yeah, Ray Chart.
Very well.
Go poking towards the west.
You go over to the west and begin to poke and prod at the sand and gravel. And slowly, you think you see a passageway?
Oh,
And you continue to do so. You, after about 10 minutes of poking and prodding, there is probably enough room for you to perhaps crawl through, but you imagine it might take a little bit more time to fully clear the passageway.
well, I found a way here. I think it'd be all right for me and the shifty-looking fellow over there. But I don't know, Durthil, you ready to get down into the muck?
I can handle myself quite well, but perhaps one of you should go first. And as he's saying this, he's like fiddling with his robes and mumbling to himself. And I'm going to go ahead and cast mage armor on myself now.
Okay. And I know that, Ediver, you while they were searching, were casting a spell of your own, if you would like to tell us what that is.
Sure. Yeah. So while that investigation was going on, Edivir just politely excused himself and stepped a few feet away and unfurled a big, like almost silken kind of, although it's a little bit shoddy at the edges, blanket. And he started setting out these jewel encrusted plates and platters and a chalice all along. And he started praying and mumbling to himself. And over the course of 10 minutes, he summons forth this glorious magical feast that starts with like a cheese platter with kind of rich and earthy cheeses and some very shiny, sparkling crackers attached to it. There's an array of mushroom tartlets. There's a huge phoenix roast that is kind of sweet and spicy. Next to that, there's a dragonberry pie that's filled with this rich, gooey filling that just warms you all up inside. There's an array of enchanted vegetables that come from each of the different seasons. There's some fairy bread that almost seems to kind of float on one of the platters. And then there's this levitating cake in the center of it that kind of rotates slowly, that has different layers of various colored frostings between the spongy cakes, the cake layers that go up to the top, along with a nice carafe of what appears to be some kind of sparkling wine of some kind. And he summons everyone back and says, come on now, I've got everything prepared for us to go on into this glorious little place that we're going to get to. You should come over and fill your bellies so that we can fill our hearts with joy.
That
Yeah.
is certainly one way to put that, but I won't turn down a free meal.
It's good, I promise.
Do you have anything that's gluten-free?
that?
I
The gluten
mean,
does terrible things to my guts.
What's gluten?
well, I wouldn't touch the fairy bread because they do everything to everyone's guts. But that phoenix bird seems right up your alley there, sir.
Well, I don't know. That thing looks like it's just going to keep coming back up.
No, it's there to restore you, not restore itself.
Oh, then I guess I'll have some.
You should. And so at the conclusion of that, let's see, what all do we get here? Where'd it go? We get a total of, we get 7 added to our maximum hit points. And then we also are immune to poison as well as being frightened, and we make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. It increases your maximum hit points by 7 too, not just temporary hit points. So
Oh, that's nice.
And which saving throw do we get advantage on?
wisdom saving throws.
And poison,
Yeah, immune to poison.
immune to poison. Damn, that's nice.
Yep.
All right.
6 level spell slots, baby.
Was there alcohol on the table, like wine?
Yeah, it was like an ambrosia kind of sparkling wine.
Beautiful. Like Durathil doesn't touch any of the food. He's just like chugging wine and staring at everybody.
And knowing Durathil, as Edivir does, the carafe just keeps filling itself.
All right.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to lean into Drex and go, we're going to have to carry him in and out of there now?
I have a sneaking suspicion that he will be just fine. I'm not too worried about it. If he gets drunk, then at least he won't get locked up, when he gets hit to death. Who's to say? I don't know.
As
Okay.
you stare into the western tunnel, the corridor before you is made of plain stone, roughly worked, and it is dark and full of cobwebs. The ceiling overhead is obscured by hanging strands of webbing.
I would like to go ahead and stealth before we move anywhere.
Roll me a stealth.
Okay. Will 34 work?
I imagine so. you are very capable of slinking into the shadows and almost disappearing from sight. What would you like to do, all of you?
Are we all rolling stealth? Or
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
I mean, I'm happy to do it. Shall we see what happens?
Sure.
I feel like Durathil is just kind of standing by this entrance. He's got his arms folded across his chest and he's watching them, waiting for them to enter. And whoever is approaching first, he'll just kind of say, well, do let me know when it's safe for me to come inside.
It's okay, Durthil, I got this. And I follow in right behind the sneaky one. With my disadvantage and +1, I got a 9.
Okay.
You're doing so good, Sweaty.
I love it.
Drex, while you are nearly invisible to the naked eye, once you slink into the shadows, Edivere is clink-clanking right behind you. If there's anyone in this tunnel, they know someone's here. And if you guys could just place yourselves on the map where you are going to be, if you're going to enter the tunnel, if you're going to stay outside.
I think Drex will be probably the first one in, but I would like to check for traps as we are walking in.
Okay.
I will ask Durthil. Well, you want me to close up the march then, or you want to be the one hanging out back?
Well, I will stay in the back, yes. I feel like this is best for me, so go ahead. Go on. He just kind of does like a shoe.
All right.
Where are you checking for traps, Drex?
I am checking the doorway first and the floor just before me.
Okay.
And out
Roll me
the dirty
investigation.
20. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
The floor before you doesn't seem to hold any traps. There's no sort of indication that a wrong step might lead to, a tile indenting into the floor and rocks falling, like you were probably thinking. And the door on the outside itself doesn't appear to be trapped.
Well, seems as though it's safe enough to walk on in, but mind your step, I guess. And I'm gonna open the door and walk in.
Okay. As you open the door, from above, you hear creaking.
Oh.
Like stone crumbling as the ceiling collapses in on all of you in the tunnel. And you are going to take 27 bludgeoning damage. If you makes me a dexterity saving throw.
How's it going in there?
Durathil, you hear the collapse of the ceiling.
I got a 12.
I got a 13.
Okay.
I beat the rogue.
Oban? Or wait, Oban. Yep, Oban, you went in as well.
Yeah, I went in. I'm just checking up one of my things. I have a thing that allows me to take no damage if I save for half on things like this. I'm just trying to make sure that it's...
Okay.
If an effect allows half damage on success, you can use your reaction and take no damage, which is what I will do.
Okay. So, Oban, you take no damage. You bring your shield up as you hear the creak of the ceiling above you. And Edivere and Drex, you will take 27 bludgeoning damage each.
Hey, what's that? Ow! Dang it! I thought we had to watch where we put our feet, not our heads.
We're okay in there.
And it seems as you stare at the open door before you, there's nothing that lies beyond it.
It's the wrong door.
What do you see?
It's the wrong door.
Very well.
It looks like a solid wall there, cousin.
I was just thinking to myself, who would put a trap like that in front of the door they're planning to use? Like, it would be pretty impractical. I guess it makes sense. Come on, buddy. I'm going to extend the spear out to you to help you get out of there, Edivere. Come on, buddy.
Try to climb out, yeah.
help you move with some rocks and try to help people get out of there.
You guys are able to navigate with the help of Oban out of the now collapsed corridor. Where would you like to search next?
Well, I guess we got to try a different one.
Let's try one. Let's try one that's not trapped this time.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
As I'm standing here looking at the mound, I know that I've done some reading on this to even get to this place. Would I have any idea through my studies of the possible entrance to this?
Roll me a history check.
All right. Wow. That's a 12. Like, I got a 1 on that.
I'm going to say a 12 is enough to know that sometimes the answer is the most obvious one. Try the middle one entrance.
Oh, you know, I've read about this, and this is my mistake, gentlemen. Shall we try the center of the hill? Perhaps that will be the correct way. Sometimes I misremember things. It happens from time to time. I study quite a bit.
Earthel.
They do say that
He's trying. Go ahead,
they
sorry.
do say that necromancy rots the brain.
He looks over at Drex, who he's been very obviously trying not to look at. A little nervous. Yes?
Just so it's very clear.
Hmm.
I think you should go second next.
Right
Behind me, buddy.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Hmm.
To be nice and cozy, close to each other. You don't want me to be behind you, though, I'll tell you, because I get a little handsy. But
Oh.
you should, in fact, I think you should come a little closer when we go through this next door. It's the middle one should be fine, right? No problem if you're so sure.
Hey, Drex, you got a little bit of a
Blood?
little bit of a right. You want me to? I can
Yeah.
help. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a cure wounds on Drex and myself.
And Duracell, you look like you've got a little. Is that drool there? In the corner of your.
Excuse me.
So Drex, you get back 12. I get back 9.
It's going to take about another 10 to 20 minutes to clear out the middle passageway. But when you do, bright, brilliant colors are to be seen everywhere. The stones and pigments undimmed by the passage of decades. The floor of the corridor is a colorful mosaic of stone, with a distinct winding path of red tiles about 2 feet wide snaking its way south down the corridor. No stonework can be seen on the walls or the ceiling 20 feet above, for some sort of cement or plaster has been smoothed over all of these surfaces and then illustrated. The scenes show fields with keen grazing, a copse with several wolves in the background, workers of various races and strange human-animal mixtures, pig-human, ape-human, and dog-human, going about various tasks. Certain of the frescoes show rooms of some building, a library filled with many books and scrolls, the door of a torture chamber, and a wizard's workroom. There are chairs, windows, boxes, bales, doors, chests, birds, bats, spiders, and all manner of things shown on these walls.
As we pass by the pig human visage, I'm going to point to it and laugh and say, look, Oban, you're here.
Oh.
Are you sure that's Oban? I mean,
it is.
I'm quite sure that Drex is right here on this one. Yes. My, this is far more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. And he's like very specifically staring at the torture chamber one.
I mean, it's not a very flattering picture of your peoples there, Mr. Oban. But I mean, it's good to be depicted.
Well, I don't know. When the rest of the depictions are torture chambers and such, you've kind of got to wonder for yourself if this is the kind of place you want to be hanging around or be seen on the walls. People might make certain connections you don't want them to make. I don't know who did the
hadn't thought
interior
about it that
decorating
way.
here, but they were a little bit messed in the head. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, buddy. You'll be okay. You're not scared,
think?
are you?
You think?
Are you scared? It's okay if you're scared. Do you want me to hold your hand?
Would you?
No.
Well, then don't offer.
It's funnier that way. I thought it was funny. Dirthil thought it was funny. Right, Dirthil?
It was quite funny.
It's pretty funny.
If you two need a moment, Edivir and I can give you some space. We'll maybe go back outside and you can visit the torture chamber and,
I got a job to do. I got pay to make.
Oh, now you want to do the job.
What would you all like to do as you stare down this long corridor?
Let somebody else go first.
I will go ahead and take the lead again and check for traps as we walk along.
And for what it's worth, Edivir is probably following not super close behind Drex, but like maybe only 5 or 6 feet behind him. And despite the fact that Edivir is a simpleton, he does have a passive perception of 20.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
Shit.
Wow.
He's a cleric. He's a wise boy. He's just not an intelligent boy.
Exactly.
He sees it. He doesn't know what it is, but he
Right.
sees it.
But he knows it's there, God damn it.
So I will say with Edivir's passive perception, as well as with Drex sort of on the prowl, you do note this sort of red mosaic pathing that seems, it doesn't go straight down the hallway, it does wind in a certain way.
I think that we should probably either avoid that step or take that step. One way to
Meanwhile,
find out.
Edivir has been walking on that path because, like, he's probably like, that looks nice. And he just instinctually starts walking on it.
God, I love this little man. I love him so much. He can do no wrong.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
I think while you guys are walking forward, Durthil is kind of lagging in the back, and he's rustling through his pack. And as he does, he pulls out this robe and throws it around himself. Says, yes, I think I'm quite ready to press on. And you notice covering this robe are these eye-like patterns. And for the DM, this is the robe of eyes. Durthil can now see invisible creatures, and I can see into the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet, as well as I have advantage on perception checks at this point.
All right. So please move where you would like to within 10 feet.
I already don't want to move anywhere. Like, you've already- After you, Durthil.
About 10 feet, right?
No, I truly believe that you should go first. You are the stouter, stronger of the two of us.
But what if we should encounter something that requires a little bit more to solve? You are, after all, the brains of the operation, are you not?
Yes, of course, but my powers have a very far range, great reach to them. You should not worry that I am in the back. And he points at one of the eyes on his shoulder. I see everything.
That looks a little bit red there. You sure you don't need a little bit of Visine?
What? Why?
Walk in.
Is that some sort of strange dwarf thing?
When you know, you know.
I think given what had happened previously, Edivir will also cast Death Ward on Drex.
What an excellent idea.
That's so nice of you. Thank you so much.
Drex, if you could make me a perception check.
I would love to do that for you, DM. That's actually something that I love doing specifically for you.
Can I guidance them?
Are you
Yes,
brown
you
nosing
may.
the DM?
You can
No,
have
What
I
is
would
your
not.
Strex.
what does your guidance look like? Do you give him a little tap on the ass?
Well,
Uh, No, I think for Edivir, he like reaches into a pocket and he pulls out a peanut, and he says, "You know, I couldn't eat these not that long ago, but my cuz Duracell did something and he made it so I can eat them now, and they taste so good." And he just casts a little blessing on it and hands it to Drex.
I eat the peanut.
You
You have
feel like you're
guidance.
you feel like you're being guided, and you may roll a d4 with that perception check.
Okay. I got a total of 19 then.
You are just about to take a step forward, and you notice something. The edges of what looks like some sort of trap. And as you sort of lean down to look a bit further, you realize this might be some sort of pit trap. That if you were to take a step onto this tile, it's very likely you will fall down into a pit of likely spikes of some sort. You know that there is a way, if you have some sort of piton or another similar object, you might be able to wedge it in between the edges to make sure that it does not trigger, or you could simply walk around it.
And it's just one step, right? It's not like I have to
Yes.
leap or anything like that.
No, it's just the 5 feet square in front of you.
Okay. I'll look back to the rest of the party and put a hold up. I'll do one of these numbers. All right. To make sure everybody stops and plays. And I'll look behind me and look back at Durthil and say, "This means stop." I don't know if you know this or not.
Oh, good. I was about to ask.
You precious angel baby. And I sort of throw a wink to the rest of the party. Pit trap. Pit trap right here. Don't fall to your death. It's a pit trap.
Oh, it's that kind of thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's not like those pits that you have, Durthil.
What sort of pits does Durthil have?
Oh, you know, with the people?
Durthil's pretending to look at the murals on
I'm
the
sorry.
wall.
I'm sorry, the what?
Oh, he's
The
A
friends of Durthil's.
he's a
Durthil keeps
simple
his
man.
friends
He
in a
doesn't
pit. Is that what you're telling me?
he doesn't understand things. It's fine. Don't
Well, they okay. I'm
Do they-
sorry
Tell us,
if I said
Edivir,
something
tell
I
us, what
wasn't
are you
supposed
talking
to.
about?
no.
Yeah, do
No,
they
I'm
cry
sorry.
and scream?
Edivir,
didn't-
how about you enjoy another one
No,
of those
they
peanuts that
seem-
you
they
love
seem-
so much?
Oh, okay. And he just eats a peanut. And when he eats a peanut, you see like part of his cheek kind of puff out a little bit, but then go back down.
Are you supposed to be eating those? You
I
said
mean, they
that
taste real good now.
Yes, I
You said-
fixed
They
him.
didn't used to taste good at all, but they taste so
Yes.
good now.
Yes, I fixed him. Don't worry.
What? Okay, don't fall to your death, everyone. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
just scoot and boogie, just leap on over that little 5-foot square and keep it moving, so everybody else can also leap over the said 5-foot square.
There's a door there, Dex.
Oh, there's a door there. I don't want to go through that door because that's where the 5-foot square of the doom is.
Oh,
Yeah, but we're here to open doors.
well, perhaps that
You
door
can-
doesn't need to be opened.
Yeah.
Well, you see,
Does
if you were
anyone
going to
have
hide
a-
something and you wanted people not to see it and you wanted to put it somewhere, they might like you put it in the first door. 'cause you
Durthil
want people-
casts mage and opens the door with the mage.
I'm like wincing at the door, like
he's like far back
"Ow."
still.
The door, you'll notice, you have to like push it in.
Uh-huh.
And when
Push,
you
it's
go to
not a
push
pull.
it in, it stops like within like 2 centimeters of the mage hand trying to open it. You think perhaps, I mean, that other passageway had caved in.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this one, maybe whatever is behind this door also caved in. And you can attempt to put a little bit more force into it, but you will have to take care of that pit trap if you want to do so.
Hey, Durathil, before we open doors, can you let me check the doors just in case
Oh,
it might cause something to kill me?
you notice that, like, you guys don't see the mage hand that he summoned. He just started doing this at the door, and you see the door, like, slowly pushing open. And right, yes. Well, I'm sorry, you were right next to it, weren't you? That would be
Sure am, bud.
horrendous
Sure
if
am.
more rocks were to fall on you. But it seems, I tried to push it open with my mind, and it seems perhaps it doesn't want to open.
I have a curiosity question. So I'm assuming with Edivir's passive perception and the fact that Drex had pointed it out that Edivir can kind of scoot forward and see the edges where whatever
Yes,
this
you would have
platform is.
noticed. Mhm.
Is it like a weakened chunk of stone that if you put weight on it, it's going to fall,
So
or is it just
you
like
imagine that it's almost probably like a hinge thing where as soon as weight goes on it, it will
Gotcha.
give way and you will fall to whatever lurks beneath. You think that you might be able to put like a pin or something into the edge to sort of wedge it closed.
Right.
If you would like to do that.
I'll rummage through my bag and I'll pull out the baton and throw it over at Drex. Or use that.
Whoever is going to attempt to do that will need to make me a strength check.
I don't know
Wedge.
if I'm the person to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh,
I can take care of that. I got a hammer.
Yeah, you look pretty strong. You look pretty strong
Yeah,
there.
I can do that. And so can I like take the piton and use my hammer
Yeah,
and
hand it over. Yeah.
mash in there?
Go for it.
And so I'm gonna guide myself, and I'm assuming the hammer and anything doesn't give me advantage, so it's just a strength check.
Strength. Yep, just strength.
All right.
I think while you're doing that, Durathil is going to look down at Oban and say, trying to figure out why we brought you now, since you're letting the half-elf priest open the door with his strength.
No, I'm just taking care of the trap. I'm just taking care of the pit thing because we're not like your friends. We're not supposed to fall in this one. I got a 22 total. I rolled a 4 on my D4, so that bumped me over 20. So
with 3 firm whacks to the pitten with the hammer, you kind of wiggle it. Try to wiggle it, and it is wedged in there. You are very confident that trap is not going to trigger if you put any pressure on the 5-foot tile in front of you.
Hey, it worked! And Edivir just walks on it.
You have a lot of friends in low places, do you, Durthil? Like, pits and such?
Would you like to meet them someday?
I'm sure I will.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
They're always looking for new friends.
Well, here's to hoping you can raise their spirits.
Here's to hoping you can find use of yourself down here.
Oh, well, I'm sure at some point someone's going to come screaming at you with an axe and you're going to be like, oh my God, can someone interpose themselves between me? And I'll do that. That'll be my job. How about that?
Are you guys gonna like kiss or something?
Why would you even suggest that?
I don't know, because you guys are like fighting like a married couple, but does that mean I get 2 Yule holidays?
He's like doing the math of what that means.
Anyway.
And that's why I'm letting them go first. Because
Edivir, would you like to try to push on the door some more, or are you going to bypass this door that's in front of you and continue on the red path?
I think he's just standing there all proud of himself for the work that he did with the trap, and he just kind of looks over at Drex and says, should we try the door now?
I'll check for a trap first.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
23.
You check the door. You're checking like the seams on the door. And you do note that because of whatever spell Durthil had like mind bended on it, it is open just a crack. And you're sort of peering through, and you do note that there's like, you can almost see like stone like behind like rocks you think that this area is not going to be accessible to you.
Nothing behind here, guys. We've got to keep it moving. Unfortunately, it's caved in.
Oh. I mean, I could do something about that if we really wanted to get behind the door, but I mean, it takes a lot of magic. So
Yes, well, I
no.
believe logic would tell us that based upon trying to enter the west corridor and all the falling rocks. Do you remember the falling rocks? Does everybody remember the falling rocks?
I remember the falling rocks. Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm
oh
glad.
yeah, the rocks.
Yes, the rocks. So possibly this is the other side of that.
Oh.
Just a simple thought.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, should we keep going then? Because nothing's falling on my head. So
Yep.
Yes,
Keep moving.
If everyone would like to move another 10 feet to where you would like to be.
When I get here, I will kind of peek in the room because,
Yeah, you'll see, like, you'll give a little peek and you'll note that there's just like, it's just like a cave in of rocks. And you give a little to the door as well, and that shit is not budging.
So I'm looking at the map and I noticed that there's like, is there anything on the floor? Is there any artwork on the floor through here?
Are you paying a special attention to the floor?
Oh yeah, I am hyper fixated on all the artwork on the walls and looking at the floor.
You will notice that there seems to be some sort of runes in the mosaic of the red path.
Okay.
The message, you've only made it about halfway through. Acererak congratulates you on your powers of observation. So make of this whatever you wish, for you will be mine in the end, no matter what. Go back to the Tormentor or through the Arch. In the second great hall you'll discover. Shun green if you can, but night's good color is for those of great valor. If shades of red stand for blood, the wise will not need sacrifice, aught but a loop of magical metal. You're well along your march. That is the first half of the message you get.
Oh.
we're going to need that in writing.
Yeah, can I get a copy paste on that?
Sure can, buddy.
You see, like, Durathil is like got a quill and a notepad out, and he's like writing all of these things down as we're moving along behind the group.
Well,
That is
alright.
in the group chat.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Nothing happens as you continue to move. If you'd like to move another 10 feet.
Okay. Thank you, DM. DMs don't get thanked enough,
That's right.
you know.
Thank you, DM, for all the pain you're about to visit upon us.
So looking at this, go back to the Tormentor.
You will note that the that where that doorway was, it's
Mhm.
almost like plaster had been kind of taken off of it, as though someone probably had tried to get through that door and then found themselves with the cave-in.
Mhm.
And the walls that are beside the doorway had depicted that tormentor scene
Okay.
from the mosaics that I had described. when
That's
you first
that's
entered
what I
the
was
corridor.
wondering.
Drex, you are, as you are walking along, you will note that this particular tile seems the same as the one in front of that door. It seems like very likely that there is a pit trap beneath this tile.
All right, I'll point it out to the rest of the party again. I'm just gonna jump over it. I'm just going to ignore that tile, everyone.
All right.
Do I see the color green on the floor?
No.
Do
You
I
just see the red.
Okay.
And I can just scooch.
Yep. So you scooch, and then again, as you are looking very carefully at the floor, you will note another trap right here.
Is it sturdy enough that I can mark them for the rest of the party?
I'll say if you have like a little piece of chalk, you can sort of
Yeah.
cross it
yeah,
out.
Yeah. Okay. Very gently. I'll call out to the rest of the party. I've marked the ones to not step on. We don't have time to sit and fix every piece of tile that we've come across.
Is the color of the tile that isn't the red line black then?
No,
No,
it
it's
seems
not.
almost like it's kind of like what you see on the map. It's sort of like beiges and yellows. The red sticks out against it, though.
Okay.
As you are making your way down, however, you will see at the very end of the hall, before you is a relief sculpture of a devil face formed of mosaic tile. The face has a huge O of a mouth, inside of which the space is dead black.
That feels like a trap.
Yes.
I'm not going to stand in front of it.
Yes. Reading here, the floor does tell me quite a bit. The knight's good colors for those of great valor. The knight is black.
Okay.
Is this where we pass through, perhaps? Into
Probably.
the great hall that we should discover.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Yep. Yep.
Please move another 10 feet where you would like to be.
I guess here's my 10 feet.
Okay. And I will say, Durathil, as you follow behind, you get the last part of the message
Yes,
hidden in the
please.
runes. 2 pits along the way will be found to lead to a fortuitous fall, so check the wall. These keys and those are most important of all, and beware of trembling hands and what will maul. If you find the false, you find the true, and into the columned hall you'll come, and there the throne that's key and keyed. The iron men of a visage grim do more than meets the viewer's eye. You've left and found my tomb, and now your souls will die.
Oh.
So, do you think this guy was really bored to spend his time writing all these rhyme puzzle thingies, or do you think he's just off his rocker?
I think neither. Determined.
And I just want to say thank you, Lord Kasumba, for the raid. Welcome on in.
Hi, Jay.
Oi,
That's great. I hope you're
AJ
enjoying
company.
Founders and Legends. What would you all like to do? You have made note of all of the traps that are in the, well, at least the traps that appear on the pathway. What would you like to do as you come to this sort of fork in the pathway? You will note that there is some sort of archway that is going off to the right, and then straight ahead of you is that face of a devil with the space of dead black at the center.
I'm assuming we go through the devil, Durathil. Is that right?
It seems so.
It says the 2 pits along the way will be found to lead to a fortuitous fall. Fortuitous is good, usually, like perhaps there is a tunnel that leads from one of these pits. That
If you guys want to, all of you at this point may roll me a history check.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I knew we were going to need history. I said it earlier.
That's funny.
12.
That's a 24 for me.
0.
17.
He's not a smart man, Jenny.
He's glazed over.
I will say, Durathil,
Mhm.
as you are noting these runes, you imagine that much of this information will come into use later.
Okay.
This is likely a guide throughout the entire tomb, and you think that perhaps only the first couple of lines might be relevant for this area in particular.
I
The
believe.
Tormentor and through the arch.
Right. Well, I believe we should go through the arch. And we shall find what we need there to move on.
Okay. As you look at the arch, the stone archway before you is filled with a veil of thick vapors. The stones on either side of the base and the keystone protrude slightly from the stones around them. As you move to within touching distance, the left-hand base stone begins to glow yellow, the right-hand base stone orange, and the keystone 7 feet above blue. And it does look like these, you're able to sort of press them in.
It's another riddle. Red stands for blood.
Do I see anything else around this arch? Anything written? Nope.
There's nothing. You're looking around, you're looking for some sort of indication of a riddle, something that'll tell you the order, perhaps the sequence that you might have to press these keystones in, and there is nothing that denotes the order.
Shun green if you can. But night's good color. For those is great valor.
So what were all the colors again? I'm sorry, and their locations, so I can kind of visualize this.
The left base stone, so on the left side, is yellow. The right is orange, and the one on top, the keystone, is blue.
Edivir just kind of is looking around. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, Edivir, I have a sneaking suspicion we're supposed to touch one of these here gems, and all of that. Drex sort of waves to the vapors. In my opinion, might go away.
Are the vapors a bad thing?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Vapors aren't usually that great in a tomb.
I mean, my grandmama got vapors all the time. At least that's what my daddy said.
I think they're different. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Can you remind me the colors?
Yellow, orange, blue.
Blue's at the top.
Blue's at the top, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Orange and yellow. What if we just hit all of them? What's the worst that could happen? Other than immediate death.
Well,
Does the vapor have any sort of color to it?
I'm gonna say it's sort of just like a white, an off-white,
Okay.
kind of like a fog, a mist. You could just walk through, see what's inside.
I don't trust you. I'm gonna throw a rock inside of there. I'm assuming there's at least one rock.
Okay.
I just
You
kind of
You
chuck
throw
it.
a rock and you don't hear it clatter to the floor.
Yep, that's a pitfall. That's a pitfall. That's not good. Or it is good. Can I throw another? Just in a different direction though, and like a different distance?
So do you throw it off to like the side a little bit
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
straight down the middle?
Yeah.
As you do that, you look back towards the corridor as a rock comes and bounces from the entrance.
Hey, there's your rock.
round and round we'll go.
From behind you. Yep.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well, Dorothy, aren't you the smart one here?
Hmm.
I thought you were this incredible, this colossus of the mind, this great thinker of legend. Are you maybe a little, The reputation, it's a little overblown, maybe.
So you threw it through the smoke and it came out through the entrance.
One rock went through the pit down to nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Don't
the
know.
other
Yeah, you
one,
don't know where it ended up.
no idea
And
where
then
it is.
when he threw it just to the side instead of straight down the middle, it appeared behind you guys from the entrance.
I'm going to pick up a stone and toss it through to the other side. See if we hear.
Again, as you toss it to the other side, you hear the clink behind you as it appears from the entrance behind you.
Well, it seems as though there's only one way to pass through this. Not through the center, not through that side. It'll send us back to the entrance, but we lean a little bit to one side. Who knows where we'll go?
Can I throw out just one more rock just to the other side?
To the other side,
Yeah.
so you do know that the one that you threw down the center, you don't know where that ended up.
Ah,
Right.
it's the center
ones
one.
that-
Right.
The center, the center,
Yeah.
you don't know where that ended up. The ones on either side that you threw had come
Just-
back around to you guys.
Okay.
And you do
And
know
so-
that the stones can be pressed.
Um.
And so just from a meta perspective here, because Edivir might be a simpleton, but I think I'm kind of figuring this out. We've got 3 colors. The bottom left you said was yellow, or was that orange?
Bottom left is yellow.
Right, and then the top
Bottom
is
right
blue,
is
and the
orange,
bottom
and yep.
right is orange. Okay. I mean, if we're just supposed to press these things, my default is to start left to right and just kind of like bottom corner, top, bottom corner sort of deal. So in this case,
So you
it would
do
be
yellow, orange, blue.
no, bottom corner, like in a circle, like clockwise thing. So
Oh, so yellow,
Yellow.
blue.
it would be just going left to
Okay.
right. That's what I would do, but I'm not saying Edivir could figure that out. If
Right.
nobody has any better idea, I think
I will
Edivir would
say,
just be like, I'll push it, and he'll just push it in that order, kind
I
of
was going to
randomly.
say that is the simple choice would be to do that, correct? Like that is
Yeah.
something you just do it in order.
Right.
So Edivir does that.
Sure, I'll do it. Nobody else is doing
He's
anything.
just pushing buttons.
I love this.
As Edivir you guys are discussing the rock situation. As Edivir goes in, as you're just
Throwing rocks.
distracted, just throwing rocks, he goes and he presses yellow, blue, orange, and the vapors disappear, and you are left with what looks like a room with the red path leading straight down the center.
Edivir does not care about the room at all. Edivir's like, hey, the vapors went away.
Very
That's
good out of here.
That's what we wanted, that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You must be the pride of your family.
You're pretty smart.
Is the room closed off? Like, Durthil's just looking straight into the room.
Yeah, it seems that there's no really where to go. You'd have to go in further to get like a better look, but the path does just lead right into the room.
I'll go in the room.
Are the notches on the wall still lit up?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Hold on, Drex. Hold on. Before Drex goes in, I'll give you some rope. Want to tie that around yourself in case the floor goes? Or
We're gonna have a
something happens?
poltergeist moment. Don't go into
Yeah.
the light, Carol Ann.
I feel like that's what Edivir is saying. No, yeah, but Drex will tie the rope around himself and kind of give a thumbs up and say, if you hear me screaming, please pull as hard as you can. And I'm just gonna step into the room.
All right. As you step into the room, Drex.
Yep.
Well, actually, everyone else. You're watching, and as soon as Drex steps into the room following the path, Drex disappears.
Bye.
And the rope that was surrounding on his waist just drops to the floor.
Bye.
You happen to have a spare rogue? We seem to have lost the one we brought.
This seems
Oh.
to be a bit of an issue.
Darn it. Edivir follows.
You all watch as Edivir follows after Drex disappears.
Durthel looks to Oban. Well,
Well, we came this far.
we have come this far.
Certainly
And
a master of the arts of the dead like you doesn't fear a simple little walk through a little magical portal.
very well then. And he's going to step in.
Durthil disappears. Oban,
Okay,
you as well?
finally, Oban leaves.
Rocks fall, Oban dies. And
Oban
you
will step
all
in.
disappear.
Oh no.
And where you find yourselves is elsewhere.
Edivir
God.
sees Drex, I imagine, who's just like standing there kind of trying to figure out what just happened. Edivir sees Drex and he just runs over and like wraps Drex up and oh good, I found you. I thought we lost you.
I'm not lost.
Good, that's good. And he just kind of pats him on the back.
I think I slowly pat Edivir on the head. Good
Poor
on you,
Edivir.
buddy.
It's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
So you all find yourselves in a small room, what appears to be a statue of a gargoyle. 8 feet tall with 4 arms. One of the arms is broken off and lies on the floor in front of the statue.
Anybody have any super glue?
Who would break the statue? That seems mean.
I don't know, probably Durthil.
Phil, you didn't do that, did you?
Why? What are you talking about? My God.
His arm's broken. That just seems mean. Should I fix it? I can fix it.
Yes, I was just thinking the same. I do have mending. I'm assuming you do as well, Edivir. Well, let us
You realize
try.
if you fix it, it just means that when we have to fight, it's going to be that much more dangerous.
It's just a statue.
Maybe it'll be
Statue.
grateful.
I want to look around the statue, see if I can find any writing on it, anything.
So you're looking around at the statue. There doesn't seem to be any writing on it. You do note that as you're looking at that outstretched hand, looks like perhaps a large gem would fit perfectly in the carved depression on each of the 3 remaining hands.
Hmm.
You
Gonna-
gotta pay to get in this thing?
I'm gonna glance around the room and see if I see anything on the ground or on the walls.
You do note that there's a tunnel that seems to go off to the south east. But there's nothing else really in the room besides the broken arm, which, unlike the 3 arms on the statue itself, doesn't seem to have that like sort of concavity in it, where you might suggest that something could be placed into it. Yeah, and then there is a tunnel to the southeast.
And I have stone cunning and mason's tools proficiency and all that. Can I take a look at the statue, the break in the arm, and see if it looks like it's a natural like statue kind of break, or if it was cut, or kind of determine anything about it with my knowledge of masonry and stone cunning and so forth?
So you're looking at it, and as you're looking at it, it appears like perhaps the break is meant to look like it was an accident. However, it looks almost like someone had taken like a chisel and just right onto it. It's not a clean break. It's not flat in any way. It's still looks like it had almost been torn off, but it definitely is meant to look almost accidental.
I'll relate this to my companion, saying, well, I'll tell you one thing. Doesn't look like it was an accident. I think someone cut this thing's arm off voluntarily, but wanted to hide the voluntary nature of it. So, whenever someone tries to hide what they're doing, I will get a little suspicious, and I throw a little look at Drex.
Oh, but I don't
Well-
hide that I'm hiding. I'm very open about my hiding, actually.
It's true.
That just makes me want to fix it even more.
Listen, I'm think of me as like the kind of guy who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. I have many scruples, morals, and values.
Everybody should
Mhm.
have scruples, morals, and values.
Yeah, and mine are so totally good and definitely for sure not for personal gain whatsoever. I actually definitely donated to a temple last year.
That's great. Everybody should do that sort of thing. It would make the world a much better place if more people like you existed in it, Drex.
Listen, I helped starving mothers and children and orphanages. So put that in your pocket, Oban, and smoke
See,
it.
Dorothy, that's what I'm saying. If you just spend a little bit. Never mind. Sorry.
Can you imagine the Christmases at their household?
I
The
can
what?
imagine something.
The Yule Mass, the Yuletide festivities, the whatever we call it Christmas.
Oh,
Where'd that come from?
I never. For some reason, all my invitations to those things at Durathil's house get misplaced. I've never gotten one.
Do
from
you know
Duracell.
why? Do you know why? Because you're a
No.
good man at heart. You're a good man. That's
Have you
why.
ever considered that maybe Durthel's homeless and is too ashamed to tell you?
No, I've seen Durathil's
Crypt.
place before. It's a nice place. I mean, it was just the once, and
Maybe
we
he
weren't allowed
lost
to
it.
stay. And Daddy's, well,
But there are a lot of dead people in it.
Are we quite done now?
define a lot.
Anyway, if we think somebody's hidden something about this situation, and you said there's a small tunnel, right?
Yes, there's a tunnel that seems to lead to the southeast.
Can I look in that tunnel? I don't want to go in it. I just want to look in it.
You look at as you look, it seems like it sort of dips into a corner that you can't quite see past beyond. You'd probably have to follow the tunnel.
I don't want to crawl in the tunnel.
You don't have to crawl through it. It's a little. You might have to hunch a little bit, but you'd be able to.
Just like a
walk
slightly
through.
narrower passage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, before we go on, please, I just want to fix the statue. Does anyone have a problem if I fix it? I feel so bad for the statue.
Yeah, fix
Right.
the statue.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you
pick
should
up the
not I
arm.
think you should not touch it. I think you should
I
leave it.
feel
where
as
it is.
though I don't want to agree with you, but I feel as though the dwarf is making more sense than anybody else right now.
Oh.
I just hate seeing the poor fellow sad.
Oh, okay.
He just
Here's
looks
an
so
idea.
sad.
Here's an idea, right, Devere? Take the arm with you, and then someday maybe you can pay to have someone fashion a statue around the arm, and that way instead of saving the statue, you're saving the arm, which is, the arm is smaller, but it also deserves love and attention.
But it belongs to this statue, and this Asarakagu person probably wouldn't like the statue busted,
Yeah, but
right? That's
if he
what you
didn't
said.
want it
that
busted, he would have fixed it himself. Look, he created this
Maybe
whole
he
place,
couldn't
and he
fix
wrote
it.
some crappy rap rhymes to lead us through it. He's able to fix his fucking statue if he wants to fix his fucking statue.
If we do not stop arguing about this arm, I shall affix the arm to someone's backside. Now, can we please press on?
I'm going in the tunnel.
Thank you. Finally, some sense.
I wink back at
I'm not giving you
Duracell.
my rope because every time I give you my rope, it comes back at like 3 feet shorter.
Edivir, sad boy, just almost in tears, kind of
Big
puts
hug.
the arm back down on the floor
Oh,
and just kind of starts moping forward.
he's so sad.
He's
You
just a
hear-
little guy.
You hear a voice come into your head that says, "Stop your fucking moaning."
Oh my god, I'm going to cry. This is it. This is how you get Bones crying a game.
Drex, if you want to move through the funnel.
Yeah. Is it? I'm assuming this is the tunnel.
Yes.
Maybe
As
a
you move
tunnel.
through, you come to the end, and it's almost like there's a wall there.
Does my blind sight do anything for me in the situation? Do I?
No.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, so there's a wall there. I'd like to touch the wall or check for any like indents or anything that can move me past it.
You go to touch the wall, and your hand passes through.
False wall. False wall, everyone. It's okay. Don't worry, it's false wall. I would like to feel the ground beyond the false wall, though.
It's very similar to the mosaic tiles that you guys had been in
Shit.
previously.
Okay.
Are you going to walk through?
Yeah, I'm gonna check for traps as I go, though, of course.
Well,
I just assume them continuously checking for traps.
you push through the illusion,
Uh-huh.
No.
and you will find
Uh-huh.
another corridor.
Ah, okay. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Sorry.
It's okay. I
was
it's
edging you.
fine.
My bad.
Yeah, you edging me big time, baby. Gooning.
This area is similar to the entrance area that you guys had come through. For the floors, inlaid tiles, the walls and ceilings are painted with figures of animals, strange signs and glyphs, and humans and human-like creatures posing with spheres of different colors. These globes seem to be two-dimensional. What would you like to do? You may place yourselves anywhere within 15 feet of the exit from the passageway.
Oh.
I'll stick myself about right here, but I would like to go ahead and stealth if there's anywhere that I can hide it behind or any shadows I can utilize.
The corridor is pretty bare. There's not any sort of statues. All of the mosaics and like the inlays you see, they're inlaid, like they're on the walls.
Right. Okay. I understand.
There's not anything in way of columns or anything like that.
I think in that case, then you see Drex really stress the fuck out that he can't hide anywhere. He's like a cat in a vet's office. Like just I'm like.
So I'm not the
ahead.
most lettered man. I'm not the most lettered man in the group, that's for sure. But I think that we have just avoided the trembling hands that will maul. We have gone through the false and found the true, and now we're into a columned hall. So we're at that part of the song. Just
Beautiful.
so you know. Yeah.
All right. I'm instantly gonna start like looking at the mosaics, looking at the ground, just kind of taking in all of my surroundings, just soaking everything up.
I will say, as you're sort of looking in at everything, the glyphs and everything that you have seen on the walls, you're looking at them and your head sort of tilts. It's all nonsense. They don't mean anything. As opposed to the runes that you had found in the red mosaic tiles at the entrance, these don't mean anything.
I think Edivir is last in the room, and still a little bit mopey. Could you do me a favor and re-describe the colored circles?
So these are two-dimensional globes that it looks like these the inlays on the walls with the humans and human-like creatures, they're posing with these spheres. So it's like a human is holding a sphere down by its like ankle, but the sphere is in the wall. It's not actually a sphere.
Right. It's a depiction of a sphere.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
All right, you guys may move another 10 feet. Let me know if there's anything you would like to investigate within that 10 feet.
There's a door there.
I'm gonna look at the door.
What would you like to look at?
First of all, I want to check for traps. I already know Here's my investigation.
Okay.
It's a 27, and I can see everything.
Great. Doesn't look like the door itself is trapped in any capacity.
Okay. Do I hear anything on the other side of the door, maybe?
Do a perception check for me.
Okay. I would love to. Damn. It's a 7.
As you sort of go up against the door, you hear something. It's almost like when you put your ear to a shell, and really
I hear
it's
the
just like
ocean.
the sound of like your own like ear canal.
I hear the ocean.
But that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check to see if the door is locked, and if it's not, then I will just open it a crack.
Okay. Please make me actually, you don't get to make me anything.
Okay.
I'm going to
Damn.
roll.
Oh,
Oh no.
fuck.
What is your AC, Drex?
17.
I rolled an 18. Please, you, as you open the door, just a crack, the door didn't seem to care as it flings open and a spear shoots out, impaling you at your midsection, and you take 9 piercing damage.
Well, that doesn't seem like the correct door.
I'm going to look back to Oban
I already have a spear.
With the
thanks.
spear.
as
already have a spear.
and I'm pushing. I would imagine I would need to push the spear back further into me to get it out.
Mhm.
Right. As I am doing that, because I'm a traveled man, I'm a worldly man. I've been in a few
Learned.
scraps in my life. I'm idyllic in that way. And I push the spear into me, and as I'm doing that, and I'm going to look at Oban, and I'm going to say, if you say one more fucking thing about a fucking door, I will lose my absolute mind. Shut up about the doors! Shut up about the doors!
I just want to point out that
About the doors!
you should be happy. Scars, I mean, boys like scars. You should be happy to be getting a few.
I will strangle you in your sleep. Shut up about the doors!
I'm just saying, we're here to open doors.
Can I throw the spear? Not like throw it like a spear, but I just want to like chuck it at him. Just
Are
out
you
of
attempting
anger.
to do any damage, or is
No.
it more just like a warning?
It's a warning.
You do so. It kind of clatters at your feet, Oban. It's covered tip to tail, covered with Drex's blood from getting pushed straight through his body.
I pick it up.
Do you keep the spear?
Souvenir. Congratulations, you have 2 spears now, a rusty one and a bloodied one.
Looking
Nice.
at the
Starting a
orbs
collection.
on the wall, they're different colors, correct? And
Yes.
I'm assuming those colors are represented here on the map with these orbs, right?
Fairly, yeah. So if you I'll tell you, on the west wall there is the one that you had actually appeared from. It's a golden sphere held high, and then an orange one held at the waist, and then obviously the false door, and then there's a purple one held at the feet, then another door, and then a bronze one held high at the waist, and then a gray one, and then there seems to be no sphere after that, and then a bright blue one at the feet, a white one held overhead, a turquoise one held at the shoulder, a scarlet one held waist high, and then a pale one at the feet.
Someone put some thought into this. That's all I'm
Mhm.
going to say.
Okay, amazing.
I don't.
And then the east wall is different.
So, Durathil, with his 19 passive perception, is going to move forward, paying attention to the ground at his feet and looking to the orbs. And I'm looking for orbs specifically dark in color. Do I see any that are a dark blue, perhaps black?
Let me see. I will
While that's
say,
happening,
Mhm.
Edivir's going to come forward and reach out to Drex and be like, do you need a little bit more, some healing?
Is it gonna put you out there, buddy?
No, it's fine. I'm happy to help.
I would love that, Edivir.
there is a black sphere,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to put you in front of it. It is on the eastern wall. It's on the right wall.
Okay.
You get back 11.
I would like to look a little more closely at this depiction.
If you would like to make me an intelligence check, an
Oh.
investigation, that is.
I would
Give
love to do that.
And you guys, you are free to move throughout this hallway. You guys know what to look for the pit traps, and you will note
Mhm.
that there are none in this hallway.
That is a
Good.
27 from Durathil.
Similar to the hall that you had exited and entered this corridor from, this wall in front of you with this black sphere seems to be an illusion.
Hmm.
Oh, the more you know.
The more you know. I do recall a line from the entrance that stated, "The night's good color is for those of great valor," and there seems to be a illusion here where this black orb resides. Perhaps this will lead us to where we need to go.
I think Oban should go first.
I would love to second that. Oban. Brave dwarf fighter.
Valorous fighter.
Valorous.
Knight. I'm a knight. Sorry, I'm a knight. I'm not just a fighter. I'm just not a guardian.
Sir
or a
Knight,
fighter.
Would
I'm
you
not a
please
sir,
go
though. I'm just. Oh, fine. Where do you want me to go?
forward, you son of a gun?
Durathil kind of steps aside from this black orb and points to it. There, just through there.
As you all become aware of the illusion of the wall, you will note that with the illusion being noticed, it starts to sort of crackle and almost as though it's becoming transparent and you're able to see through it.
Oh.
And you will see a tunnel, but this time, this is definitely one that you're probably going to have to get on your hands and knees and crawl through.
Even the
Wonderful.
dwarf.
Oddly enough, even the dwarf.
He's thick.
He's a big boy.
So I got some junk in that trunk.
I hope you don't
Truly.
get stuck in there. Go on.
Sure, I give him a good shove with my boot.
Hey.
Is Oban going through the crawl space?
Yeah, I guess Oban will go through the crawl space.
Here,
Alright.
take some light with you, and he's going to pull out another peanut and bless it and hand it to Oban. Give him guidance.
Oh.
Okay.
Anybody want a peanut?
No mouth
I
bones.
chew it
Christian,
for
I'm
an
ashamed.
uncomfortably long time.
It's just it turns into peanut butter in your mouth.
It effectively glues your mouth shut. Much to Durathil's excitement.
Oban, you move through the tunnel,
That
and
was a
you
very
let
tasty
me
peanut.
know how far you move through.
I am going to. I'll go to the corner.
All right. You turn around, you kind of glance around the corner, and it seems to be a little short, maybe 5-6 feet distance before another corner that you can't see around.
I'm gonna come back. Nothing there. It's a dead end.
You can insight
Oh.
check that.
Yeah, I would love to insight check that, actually.
Can I like stand next to Durathil a little bit menacingly and give a little bonus to that check?
I mean, my passive insight is 20, so
Jesus fucking Christ.
Edivir, it's really odd the fact that as naive as Edivir is, he never believes your lies. Any of you. And Edivir, you can tell straight away that Oban is lying.
Now, Mr. Oban, sir, you should know that I have been a teacher for small children, particularly young boys, for a significant amount of my life, and they tend to fib. And I have a good sense of when people are fibbing at me. And I think you're fibbing at me, sir.
God damn it. All right, I go back.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
All right, Oban, how far do you go this time?
Edivir just stands there, crosses his arms, all proud of himself.
I'm going to turn the corner, but I want to. I notice this kind of restrained space, but I want to try to like kind of just push one of my spears up ahead of me and kind of like, tap the ground as I move forward a little bit.
You do so, and you note that this, oddly enough, as opposed to other areas that you've sort of ventured to in this this dungeon, this seems to be pretty stable ground. It's actually sort of comforting to you as a dwarf because it's solid. It's dirt. It's rock. It's not that mosaic tile bullshit. It's tangible. It's what you know.
Oban feels home in tight, confined spaces.
Yep. Like you're. I continue moving forward.
Okay.
Thinking to myself, this is some good ground. I'm liking this. There's good dirt.
Do you like give it like a little lick or something?
No, but you know what I do? I'm gonna put some in my pocket, and I'm bringing the bones later.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
You round this corner and you see that this, it seems the tunnel almost dips down a little bit, and you suspect that it probably goes underneath the corridor that you guys had just been in. Continues on for a little bit of a ways. But you're not able to see all the way down the tunnel, but it does seem like it continues on a little bit longer.
Right then. Well, and for a penny, I'll go to the edge of this and kind of take a look. I do want to maybe take a look with my... You've already opened up the map, so it's probably not a thing, but I think Oban would take a second to look to make sure that this is not one of those things where that ceiling is going to collapse, on top of him as he goes under it kind of thing.
No. You're pretty confident that as you're sort of poking around with your spear, I mean, obviously you're poking around, like there is a little crumblings falling off, but not enough that would signify to you in your expertise as a dwarf that there would be some sort of cave-in inevitably going to happen.
All right. I'm going to go to this corner.
All right. And then you'll see a little bit more revealed.
Edivir just leans down, like yelling into the corridor. How you doing down there, Mr. Dwarf Oban man?
And you just hear man, 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 man echo.
Fucking this place is haunted. Jesus. Top of that, fucking not enough that I gotta crawl through this fucking vent. I'm like, come out to the coast, they said. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
I'm starting to get worried about him down there, especially since I'm the one that sent him back down there. I don't know if that was a good choice.
No, you did well. You did a
Hold
I'm
on.
back. Stop crying. I'm back.
Oh, now I feel better.
All right.
Well,
it dips down a little bit. It goes through under here, and then it goes down that direction, but it goes a little bit further. I didn't go all the way down, but it looks safe enough. And I mean, might as well.
I mean,
there's good dirt down there. Good dirt.
I think Durthel's gonna glance down the hallway they're in now, and kind of make note. Well, it does seem that black is a good color for this place, for for those of great valor. There are shades of red here, but I'm not quite sure on this riddle. This bit of shades of red stand for blood. The wise will not heed sacrifice aught but a loop of magical metal. You're well along your march.
It seems
He's
to
kind
me
of
that if we
looking at
go-
his notes as he's saying this.
If we go where red is, we're going to need something. Otherwise, there's going to be blood. So
Right,
there's an
right.
opportunity there.
And we're not supposed to go where green is, right? Because you were saying green is bad. Green
Yeah,
is
shun green
devil's
if you
color?
can. And I see down here at the end, there's a green orb and a blue orb, which...
But hear me out here for a second. If you're trying to hide something, wouldn't you tell people not to go there? Like, you'd say, like, whatever you do, don't go in the green room, and then that's where you put all your good stuff, because, you know.
Well, they were using the black thing to kind of hide this tunnel, right? And generally, people hide stuff that they don't want you to find, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the guy wrote a poem about it, and he sent it to us. So, I mean, it's not like he's not wanting us to find it.
So far, everything that you've sort of correlated within the poem and the dungeon so far has been accurate.
I do want to
Went through
point
the
out.
archway.
I do want to point out that there's a door next to where Drex is that we haven't checked. I go back in the tunnel.
You can check the fucking door.
And here you, I'm in the tunnel. Come on.
I think
Does
he's
everyone
here.
follow after Oban?
Yeah.
Durthil's gonna get in after Oban, and he's now kind of trusting that what he is suspecting is correct, and follow him down.
I'll follow
Just
behind Dareth.
You
And
guys
I,
can do it all the way down if you want, where to what is revealed.
As I'm crawling in front of Duracell, can I crop dust the room? Just leave
Yeah.
behind a little.
A little toot.
Farting's a free action.
a little cheddar biscuit.
Roll me a Constitution save
And
to
we
make sure you
kick-
didn't shit yourself.
Never trust.
I
a
mean,
bird.
he did have Phoenix Bird earlier, so
Yeah, I
That's
know.
true. It goes right
It
through
was
me every
spicy.
time. Yeah. I think I can't just pickpocket Durethil right now, can I? While he's in it.
You can if you want.
My perception is 19 passive.
You
I
have
have
to. You have to roll pretty high. And I'm also gonna let Durethil roll a perception.
Yeah, but if Duracell is gagging on my crop dust.
I'm not
Disadvantage.
I'm not looking for anything in particular or trying to steal something, but
You're
I
just
do.
copping a feel. Is what
I
you're
am
doing.
kind of rooting around just to see if there's anything I can take.
When you fart on me, I cast Prestidigitation, and now your pants, the seat of your pants, look like you have actually shit yourself when you did that.
Good thing I wore my brown pants today.
Yeah.
That's coming in the Tomb of Horrors. I wore my brown pants.
I rolled a 30 on my check on my sleight of
All right.
hands.
Durethil, if you want to roll a perception,
Okay.
if it's possible for you to get over a 30.
Do not perceive me.
Oh no, it's not even possible. The 29 is max for me.
All right. Drex.
I mean, I have a chance.
I'm not pickpocketing you, but I'm pickpocketing
But I'm
Durethil.
literally
do you want to
looking
notice?
right behind you. I feel like
Edivir?
that's something Edivir
Go
might
ahead. Go ahead.
notice.
Roll
I'll
me
go
a
for it.
perception.
You
check.
just remember how nice I'm being to you, Edivir.
I got a 29.
Drex,
Yes.
you are all lubed up hands. What are you trying to grab at?
Just like
Whose coin purse needed to be protected earlier?
Yeah, I'm just rooting around in like the general pocket area of any components that might be important to Durethil.
Are you playing pocket pool in Duracell's pocket?
Yeah.
As you reach into Durethil's pocket, you very easily identify just by the ridges a diamond.
I take it.
You now have a diamond worth 500 gold pieces.
Amazing. I'm gonna gasp and I'm gonna say, I found a diamond.
You say it out loud?
Yeah.
Durithil, you hear from behind you, Drex let out a rather delighted gasp as they hold up a diamond in their hand.
Oh, those are real useful for certain kinds of magic that can help keep people, when somebody when they stop breathing and stuff. There's real cool magics that can help get them right back up with those kinds of things.
Durithil's
Amazing.
eyes instantly like narrow, and he reaches into his pocket and feels around for his own diamonds.
You only feel 3 in your component pouch.
I believe you found my diamond.
Prove it. Prove that this one is yours.
Right. Well, when you die and I can't bring you back, that's your problem, not mine.
I'll sell it back to you.
I'm already paying you plenty of gold to get you down here in the first place. Are you really trying to shake me for more?
Okay. I'll give it to you if you ask really nicely.
How about this? You can keep the diamond, and when you die, you're dead forever.
Edivir, you want this diamond? Can you use this to bring me back if I were to die?
But Durthil said that it was his and he dropped it. So, I mean, you should probably give it back to Durthil. I'm just
If
saying.
you say, Durthil, Drex, you handsome devil, thanks for finding my diamond. I'll give it back to you.
I hope death finds you well. And he just keeps crawling forward.
Fair enough.
I'd pocket the diamond.
You guys continue to crawl. And I will say
Edivir's
that
just crawling forward, mumbling, "What was that all about?" That
There-
seemed.
doesn't seem to be any issues with Oban using his trusty spear. And you once again find yourselves at what seems to be a dead end.
Using my trusty spear in a tied
I'm going to move you all along.
fine place.
I moved myself. I'll have you know.
What was it like? Just a tunnel just ends, or there's what?
It seems like there's like it just comes to a stop, but you do know that the illusion magic is pretty predominant in this area, as you've seen twice already.
I disbelieve.
Why'd we stop Mr. Oban, sir?
Just hold on to your underwear. I'm gonna poke at whatever is blocking the way with the spear.
Oddly enough, you poke and it seems to be solid stone. If you want to make me everyone can make me a perception check.
And can I just use my passive?
What's your passive again?
20.
Edivir, even from behind, you're kind of glancing over everyone's shoulders. You note like a little indentation that might be able to just be pressed in.
Hey, there's a little spot on that rock, kind of up a little more up the
That one?
to
This
your
one?
left.
Oh,
No, your other left.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah,
This
up there.
one?
There's a little spot up there. I think if you poke it, that might do something.
All right, I'm gonna lay flat as I can, and I'm gonna put my shield up in front, and then I'm gonna
Poke it. There's a beat of silence before a grind of stone against stone as the door slowly opens. And you see what is obviously some form of a temple area. There are scenes of normal life painted on the walls, but the people have rotting flesh, skeletal hands, worms eating them, and so forth. Yet there are also depicted various religious symbols of good alignment. There is a mosaic path leading between 4 rows of wooden pews that face the worship area. In front of the pews, a wooden railing divides the room. South of it is an altar in front of a tiered dais on which sits a wooden chair. I will reveal that to you all.
Thanks, pal.
What would you like to do?
I mean, Edivir's at the back, so he's waiting for
Mhm.
everybody else to move
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Same as Drex.
Oban, you're leading the way here.
I was just gonna say that's a pretty good catch there, boy, with the thing, especially from all the way around the corner like you are now. Thank you very much. Good catch. Good catch.
As
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
speaking, I use my telekinesis to shove him forward through the hole into the room.
Okay.
So that's going to be a strength saving throw.
Oban?
Let me see what
Working on
that
it.
DC is.
I think it might be your spell DC.
I hate looking at D&D Beyond. Why can't
so
I?
it's
It's
just-
18.
I've got 22.
Okay.
You feel Oban right on your butt, right on your backside. You feel almost
Crazy.
a hand, just kind of, just full cheek, and a pressure as though it's trying to push you. But you are a sturdy dwarf.
I'll look over my shoulder at Duracell and say, "Now, behave, boy."
What?
And
Will
I'll
you
crawl
just
out.
move?
I'll crawl out.
Good, I was about to start pinching.
I'll crawl out and I'll kind of crouch over here.
Dorothel's gonna go right there. And my face is like bright red coming out of the tunnel, and I'm just trying to like look at anything but you, the walls, the views.
I will
shove an
say you
eyebrow,
guys
actually.
can move freely within any area before the wooden little fencing. So anywhere where the pews are, you guys can
Alright.
move freely.
Okay.
I'm
Isn't
gonna.
there something about a throne in the poem? Something about the throne being the keyed and the key?
Yeah.
Miri, based on your description earlier, in classical definition terms, being a good cleric, this would feel like a not nice temple, right?
Oddly enough, as you are sort of looking around, sort of letting just the vibes wash over you, you think that this is a consecrated place.
You know, this place kind of feels like home.
How so?
Just the general vibes, and I'm pretty good with picking up on vibes. And it feels very nice to me. And I
Okay.
think Edivir just kind of starts walking forward.
As you
Cat, stop.
go ahead, Drex.
I was gonna grab him by his like back of his shirt and
Oh, hey now.
and come back.
What's the matter?
Let's maybe be very calculated in the way that we move in places like this.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. If
But-
you say so,
Drex brings up a
I'll
good
follow
point.
your lead, Mr. Drex.
Right. Are there more like drawings on the walls here?
So, all that is on the walls in this area is what I had described, the people with the rotting flesh, skeletal hands. But as you sort of move a little bit further into the room, you get you can kind of make out more of the features on the southern end of the room.
Mhm.
You see that the chair on the dais is nicely carved and padded, but seems unremarkable. On either side of the dais are large freestanding brass candelabras, each holding 5 white candles. In each corner of the southern wall is a large white pottery urn, stoppered with a brass and wooden plug. Sprawled on the floor near the west wall is a human skeleton in black chainmail that is badly rusted and damaged. The skeleton's outstretched arm points to a stone archway set in the wall. The opening is filled with opaque, bright orange vapors.
I know what the vapors.
Dorothil is going to pull out a wand from his robes, and I would like to use that Wand of Secrets. Basically, what it does is if there's a secret door or trap within 30 feet of me, which encompasses this whole room, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest to you.
So, as you are using your Wand of Secrets,
He's very flourishy with it, and
of course, you note that the traps that pulsate nearest to you are the front pews. And further inspection of the pews, you'll note that the first 3 rows, the last 3 rows in the back of the room, weird to describe a room when it's southern facing, but the first 3 rows as you pass them, the hinges, there are hinges. The benches have hinges on them, as though you might be able to pull up the seat. The front pews that are closest to the dais and the chair, the hinges are a bit larger, and you think that there might be something nefarious hidden within these particular pews.
yes, well, let's not touch these front 2 pews here, please, everybody. Something tells me something not so kind is inside of there.
You mean
No problem.
somebody did something bad to this nice temple place?
Yes, well, we are in a tomb of a very famous and nefarious Demi-Lich, so I would assume the answer is yes.
Well, that's just downright not nice.
Right. And that's why we're here to destroy him.
Right.
Right.
Can I, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say, can I see if perhaps Durthil is lying to us, but I have no reason to think that he's lying to us. I'm going to
I feel like you just, like, your baseline is that Durthil is lying, but
Yeah.
About what is kind of the
yeah.
confusion point.
I'm
Well,
just always on sus mode.
I think Drex will sort of move up behind Durthil and sort of over his shoulder whisper into his ear. Anything we should be wary of just ahead, and then we'll point at the dais.
Not quite sure, but should probably get up there and look around. All I'm getting is these 2 front pews.
I see.
And you will note that the other pews also have the hinged seats, but they do not seem to be trapped in the same way that the front 2 are. So if you want to check those out, if not, you can move along.
Yeah, I think since he knows that this points traps out that are the closest to him, he's gonna kind of lean over to the rows that he's standing between and just open the seat and look inside.
Okay. You open those, and that's a lot of gold.
Oh.
If you had to guess, perhaps... Actually, it's Electrum.
Oh.
Odd.
I'm sorry,
Weird.
what?
It's Electrum.
I don't want that. What am I
that's
supposed
not
to
a
use
prayer
that?
book.
3,000 Electrum
Well,
in
on
each
second
of
thought.
these, in each of the pews.
I think Durthil reaches in and grabs a handful and turns around to Drex like this. Do you think perhaps I could have my diamond back now?
I'll tell you one better. Drex is going to lean in very close to you. Uncomfortably close. I don't know. Maybe it's not uncomfortable to Durthil. And he's going to slip his hand back into that hidden little pocket that contains the components and plunk, drop the diamond back in. And then on his way out of the pocket, pay up.
He just drops like this overflowing handful, just like overturns it into your hand, and the coin just kind of like spills over your hand at the same time.
And I'm gonna look back at it. I'm gonna say, Electrum. use this Electrum anymore. And I shove the Electrum into my bag. I'm not taking it. It's still money.
Now, I promise you, there's more than a handful of orphanages that would be very happy
I
to take
promise
that
you.
Electrum.
I promise you, Edivir, this is gonna go to very good use, and I'm just shoving Electrum into my pocket as much as I can. In fact,
I don't need to incite that one either.
Drex, in your mind, you hear Durthil's voice, and it says, I do hope you live.
You know, do you peer further into Drex's mind?
Oh no, he doesn't look into your mind. He turns around and he starts making his way up. I'm gonna say he's probably gonna stop right about here.
And I think that is a good spot to take a break because it has been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Holy moly.
And
I
for
was flying
all
when
of
you're getting killed.
everyone in chat, there is a giveaway going on, exclamation point giveaway to enter. And
Yeah.
we will be back after a quick little break. Thank you for hanging out with us.
We'll be back.
Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations to the real Bunny Beast on winning the giveaway.
Bunny Beast.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Congratulations.
You are
We-
number one wiener.
Number one.
The
We
biggest wiener.
have left off with our intrepid adventurers in the chapel. What would you guys like to do?
Dorothil's kind of approaching this throne and just kind of want to do a little looky-loo around here.
All right. So as you are looking, there seems to be some sort of altar, which is like this like block that is in front of you. It's a strange block of the material's a little weird. It seems to be glowing with like an inner light, and it's like an opalescent blue.
Interesting. The candelabra on either side, are those lit?
I don't believe so. Doesn't actually indicate. I'm actually gonna say yeah, they are lit.
Okay. The throne that's keyed and keyed. He's kind of repeating to himself aloud.
You will note that this chair that's in front of you, it unremarkable.
Unremarkable.
When you think of a throne, this is not what you think of.
Okay.
That was my first thought too, given its position in the room.
Mhm.
So that is good to know. I think Edivir is the type of person that would probably move as soon as Dorothil kind of steps out of the way.
Yeah.
He would move up to like the front pews, careful not to touch them because he knows now that they are trapped. And he would kneel kind of in that front space and start praying.
Are you casting any sort of ritual spell or just praying?
Praying for now.
Okay.
I'm going to look at my spells and see if I need to cast something. But
Dorothil, is there anything you want to do with this sort of stone slab or go up to the chair or anything like that? Go anywhere else?
I'm gonna go kind of over to this area and look over this corpse on the floor.
Dorothil going towards a corpse?
Imagine
Yes.
that.
Being
The
that, I'm
corpse-
going to inch my way over and just sort of keep an eye on that.
The corpse seems to be pointing towards this archway, and like I said, it has these thick orange vapors.
Interesting. Can I check if he has anything on him?
The only thing that he has on him is a thick black chainmail that's very badly rusted.
Friend of yours, Dorothil.
Well, I could make him so.
Maybe you can answer some
And-
questions.
Ooh, unfortunately, I think I know what you're getting at, but I do not have that spell.
Pity.
And I'm assuming if I animate him, he's not going to be able to answer any questions. Yeah.
Are there, can I do like a little bit of investigating around? Are there scorch marks on the floor, indications of any sort of violence or anything happening being used against the skeleton or?
Oddly enough, no. Again, it seems like this was one of those things where it's meant to look accidental, but looks like it was probably placed there on purpose.
He's on his stomach or his back?
He's on his back. He's just pointing.
And if I come just to the edge and peer inside that cubby hole?
You will note that you can't really view in too much. The vapors are very thick and they are obscuring whatever might be in the room.
Can I sniff and see if the vapors have any particular odor?
Well, they are orange, so I imagine they smell maybe citrusy.
Correct.
Much more pleasant than your farts, I would say.
Oh. I ate all the pineapple. Oh, wait, that's not for that. I don't actually have a spell that can help here at all, so I'm just going to let somebody else work it out.
I am going to cast Animate Dead
Okay.
on this corpse. And you see Durthil standing over the body, and he's kind of moving his arms around and he's speaking in an ancient tongue, and he takes his finger and bites down on it and tears flesh and spits it onto the body. And from his component pouch at his side, he sprinkles some sort of dust over it. And as he's doing this, his blood is mixing with that and dropping onto the body as well. And once he finishes, he kind of kneels down to the body and he whispers to it, "Come to me, child."
With a groan that you don't know where it comes from because the skeleton does not have any sort of voice box, and a rattle of bones, the creature sort of lumbers up into a sitting position, the chainmail grinding against itself as it is rusted. And it begins to stand.
And if I may, while all this is going on, during the casting of the spell and the raising of the dead, anyone with a little bit of perception would notice that Oban is clutching the hilt of his sword, and he's got a little twitch under his eye, and he seems to kind of be biting his lips and maybe going through a little bit of something in his head as he's watching all of this happen, and getting a little tremble in the eye there. And then at some point he'll just kind of look away and walk off a little bit, but turn around and keep an eye on things.
Well, now we have a friend, a helper.
Can I name him?
Do you say this as Drex?
Mhm.
Sure.
Gilgamesh.
No.
Hmm.
His name is Chad.
Right.
Chad
Edivir.
sort of lumbers a little bit as he walks.
I have a different name. Clile.
File?
Chad Clyle.
Chad Clile.
He's going to accumulate the names that you suggest to him.
Good.
He lumbers past you, Durthil,
Mm-hmm.
and he stands next to the stone altar. If he had eyes, it looks like he might be looking at it.
Durthil watches him very closely. Tell me. Skeleton. He refuses to use the name. Perhaps you'd like to lie on that altar?
It groans. You think it might be saying, yes, I would.
Don't you treat yourself. Have a bit of a lie down.
As it lies down, I need both Edivir and Drex to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Son of a bitch.
As
Why are
lightning
you and me
shoots
the
out
only ones
out of
getting
it.
hurt here?
Oops.
Sorry, what did you say the last bit was?
Lightning shoots out
Oh, hey, I like
of it.
lightning.
Did the skeleton go lie
Normally.
on the altar?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the skeleton lied on the altar.
Hey, Mary, does a 28 make it?
It does.
Thank God. Christ. Oh no. Edivir. Can I give him? Can I give him?
4.
Can I give him advantage by yanking on him and getting him out of the way?
I got
You
a
are
4.
not near him.
Damn
So
it!
I'm gonna say no.
Son of a bitch.
4. Okay.
Yep. So nothing happens to Drex. What happens to Edivir?
Edivir, you are going to take 36 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
And the altar, instead of the opalescent blue, is now glowing a faint red.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Durathil? Why did you do that?
I don't like this place anymore.
I imagine
Ow.
Edivir was like the classic cartoon where we saw his like bones for a minute,
Yeah.
just like the outline of his skin.
100%.
Poor guy.
Well, why were you standing there?
I was kneeling. I was praying, damn it.
Well,
Perhaps
I
you
didn't
were
know you were gonna shoot lightning out.
praying to
but
the
they
wrong
listened to
god.
you.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go sit down, not on the trapped benches. I'm going to go sit down on one of these other benches.
I feel like Edivir is going, oh, oh.
Physician, heal thyself.
I'm gonna give him a little pat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Edivir. I cannot help you, but I feel really bad for you. Your cousin kind of is very, very beautiful, but kind of sucks.
I mean, I'm blaming Kyle over there for this mess. Damn it.
At this point, Chad Clyle will sit up and look to Durathil. And as he gets up, he uses his hand to touch the altar once more. And I'm going to need everyone to make me a dexterity save as a fireball erupts from the altar.
Make him stop! Get him off the fucking altar!
Actually, Drex, you will not need to make this save. You are
Okay.
far
Oh.
enough away.
Thank
Of course.
God.
Ooh,
Woohoo! Well, that's fine, guys.
a dex save.
A dexterity save, yes.
Okay.
Got a 19.
Look at you.
I got a 16.
Yeah, I got a I got an 18, 20, 30, 20.
Okay. So all of you made your save, and you will all take 16 points of fire damage.
I
Okay.
take nothing because of my shield.
For Pete's sake, can
Um,
you get him off of that altar?
Yes, you can use your shield.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hunker behind the shield, and then as
Mhm.
soon as the fireball has passed, I'm gonna rush forward and I'm gonna grab the skeleton and I'm gonna yank him off the.
Please do.
He just kind of, and he groans, and he just kind of like he doesn't know what he did.
As the
I look at him. You know what you did. You know what you did.
Bad. Bad. Do we have a spray bottle?
has the altar changed color again now?
No, it's has remained a fiery red color.
Interesting.
No more. We're
Yeah,
leaving.
I'm just kind of hunkering behind my shield.
Edivir, at this point, with your passive perception, you do note something on the eastern wall.
Okay.
You go over, you're looking, and you see a small slot, the letter O sort of traced above it.
I think Edivir just sits there and he looks back at Drex and he says, Mr. Drex, sir, I'm going to sit right here and take a minute, if you don't mind, but I can't help but notice out of the corner of my eye, there's a thing there on the wall, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would look and please tell me if it's going to shoot some like nastiness out at me and hurt me even more because damn it. Ow.
Yeah, don't worry, little buddy. I'll go take a look. Where is it? What part of the wall is it? Is it this enclave here that I'm looking at?
No, so it's
Oh,
the
just
opposite wall of the enclave, the
Okay.
eastern wall.
like right here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna root around in this wall.
You are looking.
And meanwhile, Edivir is going to move to the back of the room.
He's like, I am out of range of any sort of.
And
spell
I
that
need to
only
just
take a
ask,
dexterity check.
Yeah. Not technically my worst save, but my second worst. And I need to also ask something out of character here, Miri. Are we able to take like short rests and stuff here?
I will say, if you want to take time to take a short rest, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I am going to petition to take a short rest, please.
I will, for your sake, yes, I would agree.
so a short rest is going to be an hour long. And in that time, you guys can do some light work. But I'm going to say you're not going to be able to do any sort of investigation-wise around the room. But if you'd like to go ahead and mark off a short rest.
Yeah. Yep.
Edivir is going to go into his pouch and start pulling out some pastries. They're a little stale, but he has pastries. And some of them have a little bit of cream filling in them. Some of them have berry filling in them. Some of them just have some like nuts on the top. And he's going to say, I do have pastries if anyone would like to join me for a little sit down right now. And he just sits down and like unloads his pastries and starts nibbling on them. And all I'm going to do is roll some hit dice. I'm not doing a damn other thing.
Yeah.
I look at Durthel. I'll just kind of saddle up to Durthel and go, so is most of your family like you or like Clyde there? No, sorry. And I point at Edivir.
Clyde's still like he's groaning. He's groaning like a Minecraft zombie.
Oh, I love him. I'm sorry, but what part of no relation did you not understand?
Oh, but he's such a nice guy. Like, I don't know why you want to pretend you're not family with him. Like, he obviously worships the ground you walk on. He thinks the very best of you. And
As he's talking, Durthil walks away and he goes over to the urn and kneels down to it and starts looking at it, investigating it without touching it.
I'm just saying, you know, maybe having some friends who are alive would be good for you. You know, smooth out those rough edges. And I mean, your love life would certainly improve.
I think Edivir just pops up. I don't know what you know about our family, sir, but our cousins don't swing that way, thank you.
They're not kissing cousins.
He's speaking about his family, not my family.
Cousin.
Edivir, I don't think he was talking about cousin kissing.
Edivir.
Oh, well, I'm sorry then. I misinterpreted what you were saying, Mr. Dwarf, sir.
No problem, Edivir. You're a good guy. Keep it up.
I have a feeling that Durthil's love life is just as he wants
Stiff?
it to be.
Hmm.
Something stiff.
Yes, my love life is quite fine.
I give Durthil a wink.
Durthil.
But it's much more it's much smoother than what that was.
Yeah, because that was like a Stepford Wives wink.
Durthil looks at you and you see the hint of a smile on his lips.
Oh God, they're gonna fuck. Jesus.
I go back to rooting around.
An hour passes, perhaps for Durthil much slower than he would like.
Feels like an eternity in here with these people.
I'm sitting in the bag, my feet up on the pew, kind of half snoozing.
And you return back to the eastern wall. And you do note that there is a small slot with the letter O faintly traced above it. it looks like perhaps it might be a sufficient size to accept some sort of coin or maybe a disc-shaped gem. Or maybe even a magic ring of any sort.
Can I slip some electrum in it and stand back immediately after?
Yeah.
And
You-
slip-
Like a little arcade game. You just slip that right into the slot, and you hear the whir of a mechanism as the block begins to slowly sink to the floor. And you see beyond a passageway.
Oh.
Oh, hey now.
Well, gentlemen, shall we?
Edivir's like wiping off crumbs off of his chest, and
You just
I
like
feel
you
I feel much
smear
better
just
now.
jelly all over.
Totally.
What's happening with
Hands are sticky.
what's happening with Lyle?
He's kind of just following after Duracell.
Wait, so Lyle didn't take any damage from sitting on the?
No.
He's a skeleton.
Fuck.
Can I grab
Edivir doesn't care about that, but I'm pissed about it.
What do you want to do? What are you doing with Kyle?
Well, I'm just, before everyone kind of walks on, but the terrible poem seems to indicate there's something to do with the chair. No,
Mm-mm.
Not this chair.
No?
Different chair.
Not this
different
chair.
chair. It's another chair.
It's a
Yes.
different chair.
Does this chair look like a throne to you, really? Maybe where you're from.
If you grew up in a house where there was only fucking footstools, you would think this chair's a fucking throne. That's all I gotta say about that. And please don't ask me any questions. All right?
Right, maybe where you're from. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that part of that their poem is related to an outhouse.
All right, Edivir, you go first.
Okay.
Edivir, please wait. Jeez.
Oh. Okay.
And
Okay.
he's going to turn and look to the skeleton. Rawl, would you please? Any like motions towards the door?
As you say,
much
Thrall,
better.
would you please? Edivir seems to like unconsciously take a couple of steps forward
Yeah,
and then stops and shake. Oh,
We've gone
was
over
weird.
this, Edivir. My God.
He just
I just kind of blanked out there for a second.
I love your skeleton sound. It's my favorite.
He's very cute. Can we keep him after?
He's
Kinda
me
got me
in the
excited,
morning
actually.
before I get coffee in me.
Nothing happens as he makes his way onto the landing.
I'll follow the skeleton.
What do you see in there, Chad Clow? I didn't understand a word of that.
Those are the sounds your cousin and Drex are gonna make later when they got some alone time.
Okay.
Just giving you a heads up.
What was that one for?
Yes.
Just guys.
As
I like doing it.
Should we
Yeah.
should we go see what he's talking about?
I'm looking.
he starts to shamble down these stairs that are at the end of this landing. He stumbles a little bit, and you hear sort of a bone almost kind of pop off and clink to the floor.
Oh, that's a little
And
bit
he sort of
embarrassing.
looks at it.
You lost a femur there, Clow.
I'll glue it on later. He's so sad. Why is he sad? Oh, where'd he go? He said goodbye.
He's like, fuck you guys.
It's okay, Chad Kyle. We still love you.
And he goes and he points, and there's a door.
You're not
It
allowed to
seems that-
complain about me and the min sounds now.
It seems that the bones that fell off were his thumb bones, so he no longer is able to open doors.
Oban,
Hey, Mr. Oban, sir, there's another door down here. You seem real keen on doors.
I'm sure one of you fine fellas down there is smart enough to know how to open the door.
Nope, forgot. Exactly this very moment, I forgot how to open a door. So did Edivir and so did Durathil. So you get to open the door.
I'm gonna go there around the corner and I'm gonna use Mage Hand.
I know how to open a door. Okay.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand and open the door.
Okay. The door opens and a short hallway and then another door.
Oh,
God.
sure. When he opens the door, nothing happens to him. But when I open the door,
Hey,
Now,
either
to be
you're a
fair,
fucking
Mr.
experienced
Drax,
engineer or you're not.
To be fair, it was his mage hand that opened the door and not him.
yeah, but he.
Yeah, but we all know that magical summons have much better karma than most people do.
Clive
saying.
walks through the door, and as soon as he steps through the door, you see him just whoop, disappear
Oh dear.
as the floor gives way underneath him.
Well,
Oh shit, he's still not alive.
Do we still hear him, or does
You
he
hear
just?
him.
Does it just? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
Oh.
he'd be like, oh,
You hear him.
It's gonna come up to the edge and kind of peer down.
You see poor Clive all strung all over some spikes at the bottom of a 10-foot pit. And he gazes up at you, his new master. Oh.
Hmm. Well, you were useful while you were useful.
Oh. R.I.P. Clive.
He does not drop control on Clio though. He just leaves him there.
oh, that's not right.
Oh, master.
He's your boy. He's your beautiful boy.
Hmm. Right. And he was useful while he was useful.
I mean, can't I just like lean down there and let him reach up and grab my hand and I can pull him up?
You could try if you'd like.
Well, yeah. He seems like a fine sort.
Durathil steps aside.
Drax also steps aside.
All right, fine, I'll do it. And Edivir just moves forward and reaches down to try to pull Clio back up.
Give me a strength check. As he desperately reaches out to you. He doesn't have thumbs though, so you're gonna have to do the heavy lifting.
Sure, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. I will eat another peanut. Self-guidance. That is a 21 total.
Oh my
He
God.
is.
I'm strong.
You've heard the term skin and bones. Well, he's just bones.
And armor.
So
He's
you
got- he's
are-
armor and bones.
Those Drex.
He's got you lift him up like nothing. And you think that if a skeleton with no eyeballs could look at you with reverence, he would be doing so in this moment.
You're God now.
Pull him back up and like
Oh.
shuffle him over to Durathil. See, now that wasn't so hard there, cuz. Now let's see what we can
Whoa.
do about this pit.
Right.
So you do know the pit it occupies the 5-foot space right after the door. But then there is a you would just have to make a little 5-foot jump over to the next tile.
I would like to throw a rock on that other tile.
You do so, and you just hear the clink as it bounces off of the tile a couple of times.
We could always have the stout one toss my thrall to the other side and see if it gives way as well.
Kyle, do you want to be thrown today?
Oh, I thought you were talking about me again.
Kyle, you want to be thrown.
I don't think Lyle wants to be thrown. I can jump that. I might be in heavy armor, but I can jump that. It's not that hard.
All right, go ahead, Medivir. Jump it.
Edivir will jump across.
Edivir, it's 5 feet. It's not like you're doing some Olympic jumps over here. You land on the other side with no problem. Firm floor beneath your feet, and you are met with another door.
I just kind of stomp my foot on the floor and say, see, it's not a problem. Does my passive perception trigger anything odd about the door?
Nope, it seems like it is the same as the other one. It seems to just open inward.
I will just turn and casually open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and you are met with, yet again, another short hallway and a door beyond it.
It's like they couldn't make up their mind if they wanted to build a fucking hallway or not. They were like, oh, maybe we'll just stop it here. And then they were like, oh, well, no, let's go another 10 feet, see what happens. And
You just hear Dorothel say, watch your step.
Yeah, I got it. I know I can repeat patterns.
do you want Kyle?
And
Toss him.
Edivir's going to take his mace and kind of reach out and like pound it into the floor in front of him, just beyond the door, and see if
That
it crumbles.
floor collapses, and you see at the bottom the pits.
It's another pit. Can I toss the rock that that Drex had thrown onto the other side?
Yep. You'll do again. It blink blink as it lands.
And I will leap across once again.
Your feet once again meet solid floor.
My passive perception, I assume, does not find anything odd.
Nope,
I will
nothing odd about
open the
this
door.
door.
Lean over
You
to
open-
Drex. 5 gold says he eventually ends up in a pit.
You open the door, and you will note at the end of this corridor, not depicted on the map, another cave-in seems to have happened. It is collapsed.
$5 and he doesn't.
So it looks like it ends in a collapsed section again, kind of like from before.
Check to
I'm
see
gonna
if
go-
it's an illusion.
Right, I'm gonna go and check it out, and he's going to gingerly move forward, and whenever he's moving forward, he's going to like pound the ground in front of him with his mace to try to dislodge, like he did to reveal the previous trap.
The block in front of you does give way again to another pit trap. However, as you are about to leap over, you do note on the southern wall of this particular pit trap, in the actual pit trap itself, looks like there's a wooden door painted onto the stone.
Well, that's interesting. Somebody got down here in this here pit trap and painted a wooden door on the stone.
It'd say a fall would lead us to a fortuitous route.
That was in the poem?
This was.
Huh. All right. I'll check it out then. And I'm going to carefully climb down into the pit.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I'm gonna come
What?
over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna give you some
There's
rope.
not a lot of room
Wait,
here.
I'm
just
small.
saying.
Don't. You're stepping on my foot. Just no. Move
I'm
to the left.
sorry. Well, okay,
Are we
okay,
dancing?
okay.
We're not-
No,
just move.
no. I'm
Look,
just
just
wedging
stop.
myself
Just
in the
stop moving.
corner here.
Stop.
I'm
You guys are
just
just
wedging.
tip to tip at this point.
Stop moving. I'm gonna tie the rope around him. Okay, now I'm gonna move clockwise. You move clockwise with me. We're gonna go around this way, and then you're gonna
That's
lower
to the
yourself in
left,
pit.
right?
Yeah.
When do
Okay.
I tell them that I can feather fall?
Go for it.
I think you just keep that to yourself.
With Oban's assistance,
Mm.
Edivir will carefully climb down into the pit to investigate further.
This is
I'm going to
far more
ask you-
entertaining.
To make me an athletics check with advantage.
All right. Poppin' peanut. The pop in the peanut thing is just me casting guidance.
It's
Yep.
like, have you ever watched two ogres try
and
to
you said advantage.
screw in a
Yes.
light bulb?
No, but I did see 2 ogres trying
17.
to screw ones, and that was
17.
I'm sorry, 18.
as-
18 plus
18,
3.
okay.
18.
As you sort of begin to climb down into the pit, you do sort of lose your footing on the last bit of stone, and as your foot sort of slips off of it, and you do find the bottom of your foot pressing into one of the spikes.
Ow.
You are going to take only 2 piercing damage,
Okay.
and I will need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is it versus anything in particular? Because I have certain
Poison.
bonuses for stuff. I'm immune to poison.
Then you're fine. And you are able to, once you're down into the pit after taking just a little bit of damage,
Ow! Freaking stubbed my toe.
you're able
Damn it.
to sort of navigate and pop over the spikes in a way that will sort of make sure you don't accidentally step on one again.
Are your tetanus shots up to date?
I have no idea what that is, but I assure you I am a pure man. And he
Good
will
enough.
look at the spikes and whatever like ooze or shit or whatever's on the spikes. He will yell up and say, "Be careful about the spikes. They've got crud on them, and that crud ain't gonna do you no good."
I want it known that after Edivir says that he's a pure man, you hear Drex's voice in the background going, "Damn right he is."
They're all gonna fuck. Jesus.
I
I
will
love
turn
dungeon.
and see if there's a handle on this wooden door.
As you make me an investigation check.
Does my passive perception do anything?
I'm going to say this is going to be an investigation since you're actually trying to look at things with your like hands and stuff.
That's a total of 1.
Okay. It's a little dark down here. And you did just
My
stub
mace
your
gives off light, like a
Okay.
torch.
Well, you did just basically equivalent of stepping on a Lego.
Right.
And you're a little distracted by that.
Okay.
And you're just like, ooh. Yeah, you think that there might be something here, but God, your foot really hurts.
I'm gonna look down the hole. Hello there. Slow going.
I don't know what the deal is with this door. It's weird. It's painted on and I just don't understand it. I get art to some degree. Like my kids make art and I understand that. This is just weird.
Wait, you have kids?
His kids?
No, the kids that I teach at the orphanage, damn it. How many times? Never mind.
You're a
Thurthil's
pure
gonna
man.
look back at Drex. You have Featherfall.
This ring that I stole, maybe I can get down there much easier. Yes. That is.
Right. When you get down there, do you know what you're doing?
Looking at a painted on door. Looking for something.
Well, perhaps maybe you could let me borrow your stolen ring.
How about this? I don't really do well with sharing, but I will hold you and we'll go down together.
I look
That
down
sounds
into the
quite
pit and go,
nice.
just hold on, Ed. They're flirting. Won't be long.
Oh, can you help get me back up? I want to go investigate those rocks.
Yeah.
Let
sure.
somebody else deal with the stupid painted on door. Can't believe that. So
You know, he
freaking
keeps
stupid.
running his mouth all the while. My fingers are just itching for a polymorph. You ever feel that, Drex?
Yeah, but more so with stabbing somebody in the back of the head.
Right.
I'm gonna jump on the other side and pull him up on this side.
I imagine turning him into a chair and sitting on him.
You were muted there, Miri. We didn't hear what you said.
Wait.
Give me a strength check, Oban. Sorry, my dog is barking, so.
Sometimes
Alright,
I
that's okay.
think about being a chair.
Strength check.
Mhm.
Strength check 23.
As you like go to pull Edivir up, he actually flies up a little bit like higher than the the platform you're on with how hard you heave him up. It's almost like a roller coaster as your stomach sort of goes into your throat, Edivir, and it's a little exhilarating as you
Hey
find
now.
purchase on the steady ground.
You okay, boy?
That was a bit of a thrill. Thank you, sir. I'm not thinking about my toe no more.
Glad to help.
Durthil is going to hopscotch his way across and over to this pit and look at the skeleton and just kind of stay right here before he.
Oh.
And it's this middle one that we need to get down into, correct?
No, it's
No,
the,
it's the
the,
last
the
one.
last one.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Can you guys move out the way?
Why? You don't need
Yeah,
to keep going up?
Edivir's moving down to check out the fallen, the cave in.
I saw. Fine.
Look
No,
that
whatever.
way.
All right. May I have this dance?
Yes, how he looks suddenly very uncomfortable. How would you like to do this?
You're gonna feel Drex's arm sort of snake around your waist very quickly and
Yeah.
sort of pull you in very close.
Oh.
You are taller than Drex, but not by much. And Drex sort of gives you sort of a cant of the head and say, "Follow me."
Yeah,
And-
don't mind, that's just my wand.
It's
Oh my
not.
God.
It's not his wand.
It's my wand. Strange,
Hey, you didn't
ominous
s-
voice I hear in my
You
You
head.
didn't say flesh wand.
No, it is my wand.
My
It's,
wand of wonder.
it's an impressive wand.
It's
It's
quite
got
impressive.
the word Itachi written next
Goes
to
a
it.
little bit to the left.
I'm a
Can we
man that
just
likes
go?
to-
Can we hurry this along,
Sure.
please?
It plugs
Sure.
into the wall.
And I jump down, and we should feather fall.
You guys, it's kind of weird to fall so slowly, and you are very easily able to navigate so that your feet do not land on the spikes. There is, space in between the spikes for you to sort of navigate around, and you see what Edivir had described as a painted door, a wooden door on the stone wall at the bottom of the pit. It's on the southern wall, by the way.
I think Drex holds on to Durithil probably a little bit longer than he need be, but then he kind of slinks away.
As you're holding on, he like reaches down between them and he does in fact pull the wand out.
You still feel it though, even as he holds it in his hand.
God damn it. And he's going to again use his wand of secrets.
And I'm sorry, it wasn't a ring, it was a token of feather.
While they're doing that, I pull out a flask of oil from my bag and I start putting a rag in it.
What are you doing that for?
Oh, don't mind me. Just,
Okay.
preparing.
So as a reminder, my wand will pulse and point towards any secret door or traps nearby.
You will see that in front of you, it pulses in the same shape as a door, and you will note that there seems to be a handle that you are able to turn.
Am I the
Edivir
only
was
one
just
can
a
see
nincompoop.
this? Or
Yes, you're the only one.
okay. And I like use my telekinesis to turn the door handle and open said door.
The door creaks open, and you are met with a similar passageway, stairs leading down to another platform, and it looks like there are stairs that lead down further.
Thrall!
Oh. He thinks you're talking to him?
Skeleton, yes. Lyle. Get down here now. And he's holding his arms out to catch him.
Clile, like he's just walking off of a dock into the lake.
As he's holding his arms out, as he sees Lyle doing this, he just kind of does one of these.
He falls. His bones get tangled up in the pit, in the spikes, and he looks at you. Oh,
It's so sad.
Gets him every time.
You know what?
Hmm.
Normally I'd feel bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a little funny.
It's a little funny. I mean,
It's a little funny.
it feels really nice to be seen for once. It is funny. It's funny.
It's a little funny.
Yeah.
I could see that go for hours. I could see
He's
that.
fine. Look, he's fine.
He's
He's
getting
dead
up
already.
slowly.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
doing him a
Oh.
favor by bringing him back. So I don't see what everybody's fucking problem is.
Really,
honestly.
you should be grateful that he, you know,
You should.
I look
made
at
back.
it. You have any fire?
I can make some fire. What do you need fire for, sir?
I was
It's
thinking
just
if
it's
I need
just
to
some
light this.
fallen rocks. I don't
Helps
think
the
fire's
economy.
going to help us with the fallen rocks very much.
Yeah.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah.
You're not getting everything, but you are
absolutely
getting
hear
most of
Edivir.
it.
Edivir, in your head, you hear the voice of Durathil say, "Do not give him anything."
Oh. I am not supposed to give you anything right now, sir. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it is.
That's okay. You're right down there.
Oh.
We're fine. What are you
Duracell, is
talking
that
about?
you?
What?
Did you find something?
Yes, we
Are
opened
you-
the door. Jeez.
Oh, if you move, we can come down.
Okay.
Well, how about we just all hold our respective horses and we let my friend here move first?
He moves along. There's a little bit of a slump in his shoulders. He's a little downtrodden at the moment.
He's a little sad.
Little sad skeleton.
And he reaches the end of this little platform and he looks back up at you, Duracell. Just oh.
Okay, no, you're
Like
fine.
you-
Just stay for a moment. All right, we can pass through the door safely. And Durthil's gonna move forward and stand at his fourth thrall side.
Should we give him a cracker or something?
I don't
Oh.
think he can.
Eat, I guess.
Yeah.
I just feel like he needs a treat.
Um.
Would you like a rock? I
Good
offer
boy. And he like pats him on the head very stiffly.
Can I offer the thrall a rock?
He seems to respond positively to the pat on the head, but he does take a rock in his hand.
Oh,
It's
look.
like an
And-
otter.
As he does it, he puts it into his mouth and it falls through his jaw and clatters onto the floor.
Well,
Oh,
It wasn't food. It was just like a thing for you to have.
if a skeleton could look embarrassed, he looks embarrassed.
I feel so bad for this stupid fucking
All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to take my rope. I'm going to make a big knot at the end of it. Then I'm going to close the door on it with the knot on the other side so that it holds. And then. Do you want some help going down first, buddy?
No, that rope idea was good. That's a good idea. Go right ahead, sir.
All right. I'm going to go down carefully.
Make me just an athletics check with advantage because of the rope.
Right, you are. So that's 18 plus some.
That more than enough. You are very easily able to descend down into the pit.
I assume I have
These,
to do the
hold
same.
on. The spikes, are they wooden spikes?
No, they're like metal spikes. And because of Edivir's warning before, you look down and you see that the tips are coated with this sort of viscous liquid.
All right. But be careful, buddy.
Oh yeah, nope, I got it. I assume I have to make the same roll.
Yep, with advantage because you're using the rope.
That's a 10.
Again, you were. It's just like it's the same spot. You slipped on the same exact spot, and you just feel your foot slip and just poke right down into the exact same spike, and you're gonna take another 2 points of piercing damage.
I said be careful.
No, it's just my toe. Damn it.
It's like your foot had a mind of its own and it just went there. Like
I
I,
know,
saw
it's-
it, like
I-
it was nowhere near and it just kind of shot out and went there.
You know, I think it's from playing on the jungle gym that we have set up at the orphanage, and there's this part where we have to climb down it, and that's just naturally where my foot goes because that's where the next rung of the thing.
But why
Ow!
are you playing on the jungle gym? Isn't
Well,
it for
sometimes
kids?
the kids get stuck up at the top, and you've got to climb up, and you've got to carry them back down and stuff.
But isn't it too small for you?
Well, no, we made it big. We've got big kids too that are, just haven't been adopted yet.
And so the kids that come to your orphanage, do they like stay there? Like how long do they stay there? Like until they're 18, or like what's the deal? And if you have like a kid that's not human, so that he would be an adult and much longer, do you keep them for like if you have an elven child, do you keep them for like hundreds of years?
Um, no.
Okay.
You're getting into things that are more on the administrative side of the orphanage, and I got kicked out of those offices a long time ago for
Oh, yeah,
mishandling
fucking
paperwork
HR,
and
right?
stuff.
Yeah, I know what you
Like,
mean.
and so they just let me try my best to make sure that the kids are happy and have a good place and all of that stuff and safe, and that's what I do. I make sure
Oh.
the kids are safe and happy.
Okay, Slingblade, move on. I'm gonna get my rope, and I'm gonna use my mage hand to try and get the rope, open the door, and get the rope.
He said, "Okay, Sling Blade."
What's your thoughts
as
on
you-
potatoes?
I like them French fried taters.
As you undo the knot, Oban, you realize that you didn't actually really do this knot up well to begin with, and you're a little surprised that that didn't slip and just cause you to fall straight into that pit.
I was
Okay.
waiting.
I'll consider it a win.
And you guys come to this landing. As you do, you see that there's stairs that descend west, and the corridor that extends past the bottom of the steps is slightly cloudy, almost as if there's some sort of gas in the area.
Oh,
Interesting. Can
Interesting.
Is it like making it hard to see past?
It's a little obscured. I would say it's probably likely obscured.
Using blind sight, can I see a valve or a cutoff or anything?
No. You do,
Unfortunately.
however, see a door.
Goddamn door. There's a door, Dorothy. Do you want to send your little guy?
and you see him do one of these again, and
Not actually casting anything, just doing that.
Yeah.
Well, so I have telekinesis, so I have an invisible mage hand that I can summon. So this invisible mage hand tries to open this door as well.
The door opens, swings open, and as it does, the gas in the area dissipates.
Oh, there we go. See? All is
Excellent.
well. And he looks to Kyle and goes, on you go.
That was a darn good idea there, cousin. I'm very proud of you. You did good.
Can you please stop calling me cousin? Durathil will do just fine.
I'm sorry, Durthil. I will do my best.
Right.
Skeleton.
Shit,
File's
there's a
just
door.
waiting. He's just waiting for you guys. He's just staring up at you. Ugh.
Can you make him go in?
Durathil's gonna come and step. So he's like not in the doorway and point to the doorway and just go on, step inside. It's fine. I'm sure everything will be fine in there. It'll be just fine.
Oh. He steps in and he disappears beyond the doorway. He doesn't disappear. It's just you can no longer see him.
Do I
as
hear
he-
like I'm doing one of these?
Mhm. You hear a noise of surprise. Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
Interesting.
stick a thumb out the door if you're fine.
you hear the sound of
doesn't have any.
struggling.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, he kind of peeks around the door.
Can
Beyond
I
the
peek,
door.
like, above? Like,
Yeah. Beyond the door is a stairway that leads down, and the way is blocked by thick webbing that fills the area from steps to ceiling. And poor Kyle seems to have gotten all tied up. He's just following the orders of his master.
Well, right.
can Hold on.
And as he struggles, it's like he becomes more and more entangled.
Stop moving, Kyle.
Uh,
Stop.
Can I cast Firebolt on the webbing?
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
You do so, and it's like a one of those. It's like a fuse almost, as it sort of just burns away it goes every which way, spreading, and in a heap of bones and chainmail, Clyle just falls onto the stairs with a loud groan. But he looks up at you with appreciation as you have freed him. Oh,
Very good. Very good. Now, descend.
I will say, where there's
Yes?
spider web, there's usually spiders, and that was a whole lot of spider web.
And you know, there's this lovely little thing about spiders that I've learned in my time in the Underdark, which is that they don't quite like fire. And I have a great keenness for fire, so we should be fine.
Are you gonna protect me, Durathil, when I get scared in the dark?
Would you like that?
Maybe.
You are quite pretty, so perhaps I will.
I know.
I'm sure you do. And Durathil is going to follow his thrall down the stairs.
lying on the floor at the bottom of the stairs is an iron mace inlaid with silver. South of this location is a modest-sized room. What you can see is filled with rotting and decayed furnishings.
Oh, is that a throne? Or is it a bathtub? I could go for a bath.
It looks like a coffer.
Oh.
Hmm.
Is there any kind of writing or anything on it?
No. And suddenly, almost as if materializing out of nowhere, a skeletal figure that resembles a lich wearing a crown on its head appears. And
Daddy?
it slowly rises and throws its hands up. Who dares disturb the rest of Acererak? It is your death which you have found. And everyone can go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh.
Okay,
Wow.
now.
I don't like this.
I got an 8.
Got an avocado. Thanks.
I got an 18.
Oh, thanks. You really are protecting sweet, soft little Drex.
I also got an 18.
Who has a higher dex? I'm assuming it's probably Oban.
No, that's my dumb stat. I got 10.
Okay.
My dex is 17.
All right. Oban. What did Edivir get?
Ooh.
We gotta pump those numbers up, Edivir.
We
You
gotta
got
I've
an
rolled-
8, Drex?
do that.
I've rolled 3 natural ones tonight.
And for reanimate dead, Durathil, does Clio go on your initiative or?
I'm pretty sure he shares my initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it shares my initiative. There's just like a wall of text for animate dead.
So what did you get? What's the
Easier
deal?
just to let him
Yeah,
share
yeah,
initiative.
yeah, yeah. So on each of my turns, I use a bonus action to command him.
What was that, Bleak?
You want me to write the initiative?
I got
on the
them.
note?
I got
You
the
them?
initiative, so
Okay.
worry.
Fine.
So we are going to start. Top of the order is going to be Durathil.
Oh, okay.
And let me put. What can we use? What can we use for him?
Use something stupid.
Oh, I have something. Hold on.
Just kidding.
Okay, go ahead. We'll say that he is directly in front of you at this point, Durathil, so whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I am going to.
Yes, fireball.
How big is the room? No. I am going to. You see Durathil smile and touch his chest. And as he touches his chest, he turns invisible. I am going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to move backwards up the stairs and kind of tuck myself in over here. And as my bonus action in commanding poor Clile, I'm going to march him towards his grave and say, "Attack, you fool!" This is all done in his mind. I'm speaking to him telepathically.
He does a little, oh, and he will try to swing on the Lich. Getting a 19, which will
Damn.
hit. However, he's only going to do, he doesn't have a weapon on him. So he's sort of just, with his thumbless hand. So he's only going to do 1 damage.
What a guy.
And we are up to Oban next.
I'm going to close the door.
Just close the door on Drex, who's still in there.
I'm going to close the door. And I'm going to be like, oh, is that the dude who made this place? Who I'm obviously I don't know creeps there, so I'm asking it over here. Do you think that's the Lich?
I don't know if that was the Lich, but you can't shut Drex in there with it. Open the door.
You see me hesitate a lot.
You son of a bitch, you better open that door.
Damn it. It's your cousin I want, not Drex. Damn it. I open the door. Drex, get out of there.
Is there anything you would like to do besides open and close the door on your turn, Oban?
You hear a voice behind you. Perhaps there's something in the coffer you could maybe destroy or something.
I jump
and
out of my
I
skin.
lied. That's a golden couch. There is a jade coffer next to it.
Oh, okay.
I jump out of my skin. The hell are you doing out here?
Mind your business.
Earth?
No, you know what? I'm gonna hold my action. Actually, I'm gonna hold my action and
Okay,
I'm gonna tell Drex, get the fuck out of there.
what's the triggering event?
If the Lich comes up to where I am, like
Okay.
within range, I will attack it.
And then it is going to be Drex's turn.
Fight this thing. Nobody wants to fight it with me, though. I want to beat him up. It'll be cool, guys. Okay. But it's okay because I can attack and still move, and I've got 30 feet of movement.
You got a lot of movement.
I have a lot of movement. Let's see here. What I would like to do is an attack with
And it's not true that you're taking it on by yourself.
that's true. Can I ask
Files
you a
with you.
question then? Does that count as a friend?
Ally for
Flanking?
sneak
As
attack?
an ally
Mhm.
for yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, baby. We're sneak attacking. I'm gonna hit him with the short sword.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get back to where I need to be. So I would need to move up to here to hit him with the short sword. We're gonna do that. Oh, does a 27 hit?
It sure does.
Okay, so here's the first damage. It's 5, but whatever. Here's my 7d6 of sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Okay.
And I think for my bonus action, I can take a cunning action and disengage.
Yes.
Yep, I'm gonna
And you
go
can
ahead.
move.
Yep, I would love to do that. And basically I wagged him like "fuck you," and then I ran away
Okay.
and I closed the door.
Clow.
He's a skeleton. He's fine. Did you guys know that there was a lich in there?
Speaking of Lich, it
Lyle's
is
dead,
his
baby.
turn.
Lyle's dead.
That definitely is going to hit Clyle, and the last thing you hear as the door closes behind you, Drex, is poor Clyle's death rattle.
Can you reanimate him, Durthil? Just wondering.
The Lich is going to move up the stairs and open the door because he does have thumbs, unlike Clyle.
Been thinking about
And-
walking.
The first person he sees is going to be Edivir, and he is going to make another attack.
Oh.
Does Oban's triggered action go off?
It'll go off after his attack.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going
that's-
to use my reaction to my shield specialist reaction to impose disadvantage on his attack on
Okay.
Edivir.
Well, thank you.
That's still going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. So you are going to take 7 bludgeoning damage and 7 necrotic damage.
I am resistant to necrotic damage.
Okay. So half that, which will be 4 rounded up.
Okay.
And now, Oban, you may make your attack.
Right. Do I get my full action?
Yes.
All right, so I get to make 3 attacks. I pull out this hilt that I've been carrying with me, and as I do, this brilliant golden light of radiant energy shoots through as I lightsaber this thing up, and take a bunch of whacks at this thing. It does do radiant damage,
Okay.
if that makes any difference.
Go ahead and roll.
All right. So the first one is going to miss. The second one is going to hit 20 some odd.
Yep.
And the third one is going to hit also over 20.
Yep.
All right. So I will do, that's 5, that's 11 plus 21 points of radiant damage.
Okay. It sort of hisses back as your sword makes contact with it, not once, but twice. And you now have its attention.
And I will use a bonus action
Mhm.
because, well, D&D 5e. I'll use a bonus action to try to shove him back 5 feet with my shield.
That's going to be, I believe, strength against strength.
Yep. And that will be 22 for me.
It also got a 22, but it will go to you as you shove it back 5 feet down the stairs. And just beyond, you can see poor Clyle's body, crumpled, unmoving.
Wow.
And I'm going to look at Edivir and say, get behind.
Speaking of Edivir, it is Edivir's turn.
Edivir's a little surprised about the whole get behind thing. It's like, I can fight too, damn it. And he pulls out his shield in front of him and he readies his mace and he summons spirit guardians. He's going to designate his allies around him to not be affected by the spirit guardians because he's simple, but he's not a complete moron. And so I need a wisdom saving throw DC 19 from the
Is that at the start of his turn?
the first time it's in the area or the start of its turn.
Okay. That's going to be wisdom, you said?
Yeah.
That's going to be 16.
He fails.
Okay.
So he will take 15 points of radiant damage.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Oh,
Or would you like to heed Oban's warning and get behind him?
no, that's it.
Okay. We are back up at the top of the order with Durathil.
Yeah. Durathil, all invisible like, is going to move down here by this jade couch. And he wants to. Is the coffer small? Is it large?
It's probably about this big. Like you could definitely like pick it up.
He's gonna pop that open and look inside of it.
It contains 6 potions of healing. And there is also a small stack. You'll notice as you're sort of looking around the room, there's a small stack that holds 278 platinum pieces. There's 29 gems worth 10 gold pieces each. There seems to be 7 spell scrolls. And there's also some sort of map that is rolled up and sort of hidden away amongst the spells.
Interesting.
And the jade coffer looks like the coffer itself looks like it's worth 5,000 gold pieces.
Right. And just kind of giving you my inner thoughts here with Durathil's, he thinks that maybe there's no way that this is like the tomb, and maybe this is some sort of an illusion that's been created by the Lich. And I want to cast detect magic in this room.
What are you trying to detect?
If there's any kind of magic linked to anything that would facilitate this idea that he has.
I will say that you look to the Lich, and with his attacks, he seems to be like using like somatic components for his spells. He's waving his hands around as he attacks, and yet his spells are not magical attacks.
Interesting. All right. And I believe that's my turn because I don't have any other bonus actions.
All right. Oban.
I close the door.
Okay.
Damn it, Oban, we have to defeat this thing. That is why we are here. Stop closing the door.
Where the fuck is Durathil?
I don't know where Durathil is. He might still be in that room. Can you please open the door?
You think he's in that room?
Probably in the room.
I saw him go down there. I heard his voice, but he does these weird things of talking in people's heads all the time. So I don't know
All
if
right,
he's
help me
still
brace
in
the
there
door
and
shut.
probably needs our help.
Help me brace the door shut.
No.
Look.
Open the door,
You
Oban.
help me brace the fucking door shut.
Nope. Not going to happen. You're going to open that door. I mean it.
Open the door.
Ugh,
One,
fine, open the door.
2.
I open the door
Thank you.
and I'm going to step in and I am going to step up to this dude and I'm going to, same thing as earlier, take my 3 attacks and then try to bump him with the shield.
Okay.
So one of them is going to miss. 2 of them are over 20. That'll be 7, 10, 20 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I will attempt to boff him back 5 more feet with the shield.
All right. Strength against strength.
17.
You will again succeed in driving him back even further into his crypt.
Okay, but this time I want to step up to him and stay
Okay.
up with him. That's my turn.
Drax.
Drex is going to just scooch on over down here, and I am going to hit him with a short bow.
Roll to hit.
Right. I would love to do that. Would love to do that. There it goes. That is a 26. I'm assuming that hits.
Sure does.
Okay. And this is going to be a sneak attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
First one, it is 10 max damage. Love that.
Okay.
And then my sneak attack. 25. So 35 points total.
Hell
How
yeah.
would you like to do this?
Nice.
I draw my bow back. And I sort of look around and I don't see Durathil, I'm assuming.
No, you don't. Your blind side is only 10 feet, right?
No, I think it's more than that. Hold on. It's 30 feet.
You do see Durathil.
I look Durathil dead in the eye and I say, Durathil, this is the skin of a killer. And I release the bow.
Would you like to call your shot?
Yeah, middle of the forehead.
Your arrow embeds itself into the skull of the lich, its crown clattering off of its head, falling at the feet of Durathil, who, still invisible, looks up at you and locks eyes with this being, sparkly, sparkly being that he's traveled with for so long.
So shimmery.
As the lich falls to the ground, crumpled and dead. And as the lich falls to the ground, the room starts to shake.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You hear rumblings and tremors. You hear grinding noises.
Durathil
As the
grabs the
stones
coffer.
begin to come down from the ceiling. 10, 9,
Running
8.
with the coffer.
I'm running as fast as I
Durathil!
can. I'm running as
I
fast
will
as I can.
fucking shield bash
5,
Durathil back into the room when he
4.
gets up to me.
3.
I'll stab you in the back of the head. I'm
One.
running though.
I will have a strength against strength if, Oban, you are going to shield bash Durathil.
Yeah, I'm here to kill Durathil, so...
You're going to make that at disadvantage.
Can you see me though? I'm
to-
invisible.
Well, you grab the coffer.
So,
I did.
mhm.
That's
And
what I was waiting for.
you're going to make, Oban, you're going to make this a disadvantage because Drex is essentially trying to attack you at the same time.
Okay.
So, Durathil, if you want to also give me a strength check.
Yeah,
but
it's a
yours is
12.
just made straight. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 18.
Durathil, you fall and you stumble back down the stairs, landing in a heap next to Clile and the Lich. as the rest of your party begins to scramble up the stairs, just for all intents and purposes, watching your body be covered in rubble and debris as the crypt of the Lichacerarak crumbles over top of you.
Yell, that's for my brother!
And I think that's actually a good spot to leave off.
Oh, 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 savage!
Savage.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, the pain.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight for our little modified adventure of Tomb of Horrors. I didn't get to actually kill any of my players because they're too smart. They're too smart.
Big
They're
brains.
Big brains.
It felt like people were trying to kill Edivir for a second there.
Everything that happened to Edivir was not his fault.
no, Edvir
And
hasn't
nothing
done
has ever been
anything
his
wrong.
fault.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nothing wrong with his life. We must protect that beautiful boy at all costs.
So if everyone would like to go around the table and introduce yourselves once more for our audience, tell us where we can find you, what you're up to. And we'll start with Cleep.
Ah, that's me. Hi, I'm Darling Creepshow, and you can find me all across the interwebs as Darling Creepshow. I play TTRPGs with my friends, and I primarily paint D&D miniatures on my channel. I'm going to drop links to everyone's Twitches in the chat, so you guys can choose to follow if you would like. Everyone in this table at this table. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm gonna be going to GaryCon. I'm gonna be at GaryCon in like a couple days or so. So that's pretty exciting with all of these awesome people here. So come hang out with us and say hi if you see me there. I'm a little awkward in person, so be prepared.
Bleak,
A little awkward, she means she.
the betrayer.
I'm not the betrayer.
You son of a bitch.
Damn you. Yeah, hi, I'm Bleak. I am part of the Folk and Myth team. We stream on Twitch. Our link will be popping up in the chat, usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're doing a lot of vampire with all the lovely people here at this table, and as well some D&D, which Miko will tell you about in a moment. And we will be at GaryCon next weekend. I am running a Blade Runner game, and we'll be hanging around. So same thing, if you see me, if you see us, if you see me, come and say hi. I don't bite. I look kind of scary in real life, I guess, but I'm really not. Hey, thank you, Creep, for the invite to come and play on this game tonight. Thank you, Myriad, for running this game. You were fabulous. It was a lot of fun
Thank you,
to
Miri.
finally play a game that you were running in. Thank you to Miko and Bones, of course, always a lot of fun. And thank you to the chat, and see you, a bunch of you, over at GaryCon next week.
Miko.
Hey everyone, just to kind of echo a little bit of what Bleak said there, thank you so much for all of the interactions in chat. It was great. I love getting to go back and forth with a lot of you people. There was some great commentary in there throughout the whole night, and you guys are awesome. Yes, as Bleak said, I am one of the co-founders over at Folk and Myth. You can find me over there, Folk and Myth on all the socials, folkandmyth.com. I am the OKSGM, the _OKest_GM on most of my socials. And yeah, I generally speaking am producing games over at Folk and Myth, but I also run and play games as well, including our ongoing Ystera campaign, which is my own homebrew world. The start of the year, we just started a campaign, long form campaign. We are now like 2.5 months into it at this point, and it has been awesome. And I think that we've got more craziness in store over there. Please come check us out.
And finally, the one with the skin of a killer. Little Bones 309.
Hello, it's me. I'm Little Bones 309. I've got the smallest bones on the internet, and I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch. You can catch me throughout the week, except for this coming week, playing a bunch of indie games. But this coming week, I'll be getting ready for GaryCon, and I'll be there. So come say hello. And that's super fun. But tomorrow I will be live with Myriad, and I think our husbands, for Sunday Fun Day. So that's very exciting. We're trying to build an ark and bring 2 of every animal onto the ark in Minecraft.
On our Christian Minecraft server.
It's our Christian Minecraft server. So come hang out with us and watch that. It's a really good time. Sundays are very chill for us, and we just vibe and talk about whatever, but we're warning it's our husbands who will be together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
They love
That's
each
like
other.
a whole thing.
And hi, I'm Myriad. I DM'd. This was very nerve-wracking. I've never DM'd Tomb of Horrors before, but my players fucking brought it and killed it. Thank you guys so much for just being the best players anyone could ask for. You can find me here on twitch.tv/myriad_x. I do a whole lot on my channel. We have been sort of shifting gears to a lot of TTRPG content. Just finished running Alien RPG, and I have my own D&D 5e homebrew campaign that will start back up on April 6th. And yeah, you can catch me at Gary Con as well. I will be there. I am also awkward. Wave at me from a distance. I will maybe wave back if I notice you. I do have bad eyesight and I never wear my glasses. But just thank you again to Gary Con Live for letting us come on and run this game. Maybe we'll be coming back for a part 2 at some point. And thank you to Creep for producing. She absolutely fucking killed it with the overlay, and I was just happy to not have to produce and DM at the same time. This was amazing.
I'd be your button pusher any day.
Be my button pusher.
We got to do a part 2 because Edivir has to save Earthil.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Obviously.
Clearly.
I don't think that I can raid out. Let's see if Garner is currently busy with things, so I'm going to try to do that. I see Armin is on. Maybe we can try to raid into Armin. Let's see if we can make it happen. I don't think I can. I don't think I have those permissions.
Gonna be so many awkward people like Gary Con that we're all gonna be there and no one's gonna talk to anybody.
We're finally in a room with each other, and it's just, how do you talk to someone not through a computer screen?
Ooh,
Please
I don't
come
like
up and
that.
say hi to us though if you see us there.
Ooh, I don't like
Please.
it. I don't like it.
Yeah, come say hi. All right, unfortunately, we can't raid out to anybody. I tried, but yeah, thanks everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you,
Bye.
Myriad. Thank you,
Thanks.
viewers. Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.
Great party.
Bye.
Woo!